Yeah, I'm gonna just come up and I'm gonna push him over towards Tylon.
Okay. What have I done?
What haven't you done, little one?
You wanna grab him?
I've done nothing.
but we-
I'm gonna grab him by the back of his neck.
Please explain the
Done
meaning of
nothing.
this.
Well, we've heard a little bit about your shenanigans.
What
I just
shenanigans?
want to talk to you about that. I think you know.
I do not know.
Shake him.
Sure.
Shake him upside down. Get all the stuff out of
I'm gonna start picking his pockets while they're talking.
Yeah.
Okay, you look through his pockets and you find a small bit of food. One singular amulet. Nothing else.
What's the amulet?
It's my
The
mother.
amulet.
It's my mother's. She gave it to me.
Ours now. Everybody have amulets? How lame.
Yeah, that was stupid. You're such a stupid kid.
There's a picture
We're just
inside.
bullying this child. What's happening?
Welcome along to episode 6? 6, yes. 6 of Evil Sogravia. With us today, unfortunately, we will not have Menyat or Dufender. Dufender has had something come up in real life. She may return later if she can. If not, we will play on without her. I've just noticed I've got no lights on. Should we have some light? Oh look, there's my face. I exist again. Marvellous. Today playing with us, we have Argo.
Hello,
Give me a
I'm Strix, the vampire life cleric.
wonderful. We have Lavi.
Hello. I play Lusk, the Changeling Bard.
We have Mac.
Hello, I play Rosalind Sachs, UNT Blood Swashbuckler.
And we have Moon.
Hello, I'm playing Tylon Cinderstorm, a reborn rogue.
I'm gonna have to rethink the way I do this because I change the order every time, but I always start with Argo. So I'm gonna have to start starting in different places as well. I'll never remember it. Okay. Quick recap of last episode. Well, the majority of your episode, you decided to fight the giants for your giant reward. And you thought you were fighting one hill giant, but you found yourself taking on Mama Tuta, the mighty giant. And despite it being a little sketchy in places, you survived. And were able to collect the 4,000 gold pieces, rubles bounty, sorry. We also had a knife throwing contest with Ducky McDuck, which made our characters appear completely incompetent. We had a quick chat with Cray, and he loved the fact that you entered with doves, was very pissed off, but he did tell you that he had a black pearl, and should you get the shield, he's willing to deduct a little bit from the price of his pearl. Meaning, so we decided to take a long rest at sort of 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and Tylon awakes you at 1 a.m. to tell you that it is time for some thievery.
I don't recall doing this.
Hey, what's the thing? On any retcon is
Just quickly, Rosalind, you are having some microphone issues. I think you might need to turn your sensitivity down.
sorry. Okay, sorry.
That's all right. There we go. We can hear you clearly now.
Okay. Well, I didn't touch anything, so I don't know what happened.
So,
Uh,
so usually the way.
but yeah, so do we have any information on this mansion? Because I know the other time we were doing some work on a different mansion, it had things to look out for.
Right. So,
Um,
which mansion? Are we trying to get the shield, or are we trying to get the ring?
the shield, right?
Yeah,
Why
the
not
shield.
just make a night of it and do both?
Well, I think that was the plan, right? So just bear with me a second. I'm going to pull up this map myself elsewhere so I can see it more clearly. Because
Building.
you guys, no, I do not believe they are. Unless I've made a mistake, I believe that Gray told you the shield was in the Raynhams, no?
That sounds
Yeah.
right to me.
Yeah.
That
Yes,
sounds
yes.
right.
Yes, it's in the Raynhams. So he has told you that Raynham Manor has no magical defense whatsoever, but to be warned that the Furian Guard members of the Raynham's household are very proficient in combat, and you do not want to be noticed by them. As for Irvon Manor, you have been given no information whatsoever.
Well, we should definitely start with the one we have information on.
You would, however, know that the Embercrests are a very, very rich noble family. They have a house in Juster and a large one. Lost would know about this. The other three do not. They are just a more minor noble family. The Embercrest Manor is where you got sprung off the walls, yeah?
Yeah.
So the other manors are of less important families, and certainly they're not renowned for their Magus Arcane members, so it's unlikely, but you never know. One other key difference, actually, sorry, I should probably mention this. You've walked close enough to the manor to see this before. Whereas the Embercrest Manor has proper glass windows, the others do not. They merely have holes covered in shutters. So there's no glass to the windows.
That's good, I think.
Okay. Good morning, and welcome along. Let's take it away.
Alright. Alright. Obviously, we gotta send in the sneaky ones.
Yeah.
I.e., not me.
Does our bard have no dex?
Actually, he has a little, but
I have dex.
You're also proficient in
disadvantage on
stealth, right?
do
Would you?
I?
Yeah. And Strix, I'm more than happy for you to leave your armor in the inn, should you wish to not have disadvantage on stealth. Or do you just have a flat?
It just. No, it's because my armor. But if we get in combat, that might be a bad time.
I will tell you for free that if you get in combat inside one of these two noble houses, that'll probably be the end of your campaign for you. So try not to get in combat.
High stakes.
Yeah, try not to get in
Okay.
combat. These are noble families with proper guards and members of the Furian Guard and members of the Dawn Guard and soldiers, and there's like 50 people living in one of these households. I mean, you do not want to get in combat in their house. You just don't get caught.
I have an idea.
Mhm.
Strix, don't you have what was it? Silence?
I do.
Didn't someone have invisibility?
That was
Isn't
our
that-
dearly departed member who got
got it,
chopped
got it,
up.
got it.
Dearly departed member who got chopped up. Yes, that's him. Yes, no invisibility was available to you.
Got it. Okay.
I have. Would I be able to use locate object on the shield?
Give me the rules of locate object.
Describe or name an object that is familiar to you.
Does that answer your question? How many times have you seen
I
this
mean-
shield?
None, but Cray described it to us. So I could describe it.
So, you can either locate a specific object known to you, like actually known to you. You would have to have held it, seen it, something like that before.
Okay.
Alternatively, you can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such a kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon.
Well, if this is a Furian guard, I feel like there's gonna be more than one shield in there.
You have been told it is literally inside the front door, hanging in the entranceway. I mean, you've been given a very specific location.
Actually, are we also going for the cloak?
Yes.
That one you have
Okay.
been told is in the bedroom of the Lady of the Manor. That one might be a trick for somebody with disappearing pants.
Yeah.
Swear
So,
I put my pants on every day there. I don't mean to do this.
so are we? It's like the camouflage pants. So it's like, oh, you have a floating torso. Woo."
Pretty much.
But I just like to imagine they're just camo pants and oh, so stealthy. Sorry. Anyways,
Far funnier than it should have been.
I think the idea is having a distraction outside, right? Is that like bonkers bananas crazy? To, like draw people out so we can like get in and not have it be a problem.
I feel like that's something that we would do, you know, if they wake up or are alerted. Because what
sure.
if they come outside and then they go back inside and then they see Tylon with his pants gone, stealing the shield, you know?
Yeah, no, fair enough. So so that's like backup plan is to like in case something goes wrong, have a distraction ready to go. But we would have to have a way to to say, oh, something's going wrong, do the distraction, which I'm not sure that we have.
Well, I can do the distraction, but yeah, we'd have no means of communication.
So, I mean, ideally, send in a couple people real sneaky, and nothing goes wrong and they don't get noticed at all. Right?
Is it not fair to say you all have a way of saying, help, I'm fucked? I mean, for example, Warren can cast light. Losk can use prestidigitation to do something similar. And your rogues, if they're the ones in trouble, you're probably fucked. But realistically, they can, fire a crossbow at a wall. That sort of thing. Or just shout, hey, I'm fucked.
And if it gets to that point, just make lots of noise.
Does anyone know sending?
No.
Message?
Probably a dearly departed that got chopped up.
Actually, while we're on the topic of communication, what languages do you guys know? That's not common.
Abyssal.
I also have Abyssal and Draconic.
Okay.
I know Abyssal, Celestial, and Undercon.
Our entire party
all
can
got a
communicate in Abyssal? Okay.
Oh my god, why we've been speaking in common?
It's almost like it begins with an A and was the first language choice we could take.
Well, Abyssal actually falls into Losk's backstory.
Yeah, I mean, some of
That's
us might have
my
thought through it, but
excuse.
some of us might have just gone, hey, that's the first language of choice. Let's go. So is it fair to say at this point, are you having this discussion in your in-room, yes?
Yeah,
Okay,
and we're
right, cool.
also
I was
having
just
it in
checking.
Abyssal.
In Abyssal,
I
wonderful.
won't ever speak in Abyssal from now on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
just
I'm not sure Donkey speaks Abyssal, but we'll see what happens with that.
I can't believe that.
Does Donkey know Draconic? Because I think he understood me. When I
No,
was
we
speaking
already
Draconic.
tried this. We already tried this. He does not know
He speaks
Draconic.
common.
Alright.
Yeah, I think we just like go over there and try to get in. Because where are the guards? Do we have any idea? Do we have
There
any
are
idea,
no
like,
standing
where
guards
they're
outside,
stationed?
as far
There
as
are
you're
no
aware.
standing-
As far as you're aware.
Okay.
The city guard will be patrolling, as always.
Sure.
But there's no specific guard to these houses on the outside that you're aware of. But I mean, if
Okay.
you go over and have a look, maybe you'll find out.
I could be in charge of distraction.
We should go get a look. We should go get a look, I think.
Yeah, but what distraction should I?
Just
Do.
press the button on Donkey's card.
Garrett set stuff on fire.
I'll be right back. Sorry.
That's
Okay.
right.
Unless you got any big flashy spells.
No, I think I'll use carrot. Leave the person with -2 wisdom with the donkey again.
That's usually the
I
best
got
result.
He's
if you want fire.
he's getting to love you. Don't worry. Okay. So is it fair to say that you're headed out and you're going to go and have a sneaky look?
Yeah.
Okay. As you amble out of your out of the inn and you amble through town, probably about here. So that will place you in the gap between the carpenters and the farriers. No, the carpenters and the booksellers, sorry. You are able to see Raynham Manor. The Raynham Manor has 4 pillars at the entrance. In between is set a large door of kind of very fancy mahogany wood. The pillars are made of marble. And standing just outside the door appears to be one guard on duty. He holds a candle in his hand. You can see him rubbing his eyes from where you are. He's a little tired, but it's his job, so attentive he will be. He is, of course, in full armoured regalia. But other than that, you see nobody around the manor from your position.
And the windows were just a hole with shutters on.
Correct.
No glass or...
They are not rich enough to have glass windows.
You're making it sound too easy. Let's just walk in a window.
Let's just walk through.
One
the
does not
front
simply
door.
walk through a window. One must climb through a window.
I mean, I can walk through it.
Sure. Yeah. But bear in mind, where is the shield?
In the front entrance, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's right at the top. It's above the
I'll
front
just
entrance.
walk across the ceiling.
I mean, Our plans seem to be getting stupider and stupider every day.
Unless someone comes up with a better plan.
I think Tylen's plan was originally I'm going to sneak in and steal something.
That seems to be always my plan, but no one seems to like my plan. Too simple.
That was
I'm not
just
going to lie,
my
the
plan,
DM
but
thinks your
more
plan
work.
is excellent.
I think that's probably the best way to go about this, because I mean, we really don't want to draw our attention to ourselves, and he's, by far the sneakiest.
Okay.
And I just think that keeping it like simple, unless something goes wrong, is the best way to go about this.
How about this? Just in case something goes wrong. Well, first of all, we want to be in there as quick and out as fast as possible. So if Strix can simply just walk along the floor and grab the shield, then I think Tylon should go into the ladies' room and take the it was a cloak, right?
Yeah.
Because chances are somebody's gonna be in there, so you're gonna need to be extra sneaky for that.
You're
What does
cool.
that leave Rosalind doing?
I'm not sure this is a 4-person entry mission, but it's up to you.
I don't think it has to be a 4-person entry mission
I'm
at all.
staying outside.
Yeah, I think
in
I
case
also
it
might
goes
stay
wrong.
outside.
Okay, I'm gonna cite a little Shakespeare to give both Strix and Tylon bardic inspiration.
What does that do?
D6, applicable to any of your ability checks, saving throws, or possibly your attack hit as well. I think I'm not sure.
I almost said that I was casting guidance because I play a cleric in a different campaign.
It's a,
It's a 1d8.
oh, it's 1d8
Why
now.
is it-
Oh, look at
Why
you!
is it
You've leveled up.
1d8?
You leveled up. I forgot
I'm
about that.
growing so fast.
Yes.
You'll have to remind me if that becomes applicable to.
Okay.
Oh
So,
yeah, and
go on.
oh sorry.
No, you first.
Just in case, I want to cast detect magic. See if there's any like protection or something. I know Clay said that there wasn't, but I just want to make sure.
Let's have a little look at this. What does it look like? What does detect magic look like?
Oh,
You see a faint aura around, right? Is that correct?
you see the presence of magic within 30 feet of you if you sense magic. Can use your action to see a faint aura in any visible creature or object
Yeah,
in the
so
area that
it is fair to say that you see an aura around the actual door itself, but that is it.
Hey guys,
But
don't
please
touch
bear
that
in
door.
mind, that the spell cannot penetrate barriers such as 1 foot of stone. This building is made
Okay.
of marble, so marble and other interesting bits of stone. So it's fair to say that you are not detecting magic inside, only on the surrounding area.
Okay.
Tylon, what's your passive
Wait.
perception, please? 17, I think, is it?
Mine's 18 if you're asking me.
Yeah, okay, both of you. So it is clearly quite dark. There is a light on in the room to the left of the entrance, but not in the room to the right of the entrance.
Wait,
Yeah,
have a-
on ground floor. On
Nice,
higher
the
floors
windows-
are just holes with. You see shadows over them right now, but they are behind the shadows holes. Yes.
Okay, but
Go on.
there's no glass in the windows, so somebody could get in through the window if we're sketched out about that door being magic.
Oh, they had
Right?
planned to go through the window, I believe. I think that was the bit where you
Okay,
disappeared
sorry,
briefly.
I
That's all right.
missed it, I missed
Yeah,
that.
but you have shadows over all the windows at the moment, but you see light emanating from behind the shadows in the left-hand room. But on the right-hand room, you do not.
Quick question.
Mhm.
Why is this house made of marble, but they can't afford windows?
Glass is very, very, very expensive. The process of making glass is much more complicated than you'd think. You'd know this because you normally drink out of metal goblets or wooden goblets. You normally would... Even an alchemist's flask, for example, wouldn't be glass necessarily unless it was very expensive.
Right. Okay.
Is it goal time?
Go time.
Tylon, your mic's not working again.
I will cast Cat's Grace on myself before we go in, so I get advantage on
Okay,
dex checks.
Strix, did you leave your armor behind?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
so I'm just
cool.
in my pants. I'm sure it's fine.
A t-shirt, I'm assuming, of some sort. Okay, can we hear Moon yet? No.
Is light stuck on?
Nothing. Having a nightmare here. Poor lad.
Hello?
Hey!
Yeah, there you are.
Okay. As the two of you, I'm assuming the two of you are approaching the building, is that correct?
Can you cast spider climb on me?
No, it's a racial thing.
God damn it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
So are the two of you
rope
going
you
to
in.
approach right side, left side?
Right side, dark side, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Okay, give me your initial stealth rolls, please. Both of you with advantage. I know Moon gets it anyway, but, sorry, Talon gets it anyway, but Strix, it's fair to say in this level of darkness, you both gain advantage.
Well, he gets it because of Cat's grace.
Well, that too.
Advantage, advantage.
What is going on here? That was...
What's happened to your roll? You've clicked it, but nothing's happened.
Yeah.
I got 19.
Pretty good.
Talon's is just rolling indefinitely. That dice is just spinning on its corner.
High enough for a stealth roll.
Round and round again.
I'm
It's-
reloading.
Okay, yep, that works. If you need, I can roll for you, but I'd rather not.
I shouldn't need you to do that. It's just...
No, I know, but
laggy.
it's not doing anything, is it? I think maybe you're in an
It's
area of
a-
bad signal.
It's a nat 1, but the game doesn't want to break your heart and tell you.
To be fair, his nat 1 is a 12.
Plus 11 to stealth, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I did roll a nat 1 on my first one.
you did.
And
Well, in all fairness, a 12 is high enough. A 12 is high enough, so you are both fine. As you sneak up to the window, you see that the shutters are sort of made of metal and wood, and they are clearly locked shut.
Shits and giggles, I rolled a 2 after the 1.
That's good. You're getting your shit rolls out the way when it doesn't matter.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So you both stand outside the window of what, appears to be a downstairs room of some sort. This would be immediately adjacent to the entranceway. That would be obvious from your geography of the outside of the house. You're currently 9 foot away from the guard who is standing outside the door. However, his candlelight does not illuminate you. What do you wish to do?
Locked things are my nemesis. This is up to you.
Tyler?
Not entirely sure. Do you have a plan, sir? No?
We have to get through the locked shutter. Can you pick it?
I would like to attempt to pick the lock.
Yep, you would be very familiar with this kind of lock. It's a simple padlock. It is padlocked from the inside, but you are able to slide your thieves' tools just through the gap in the shutters and into the lock itself. Make a dex check for me, please.
Oh, this is glorious.
The dice
Wonder why it's
turns
24.
on edge. 24?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. You unpick the lock with absolute silence, slide the lock away, and the shutters open towards you. Strix, give me a perception check, please. And how is your dark vision?
I have 60-foot dark vision.
Fantastic, you can see perfectly.
26 perception.
Okay. Well, while you should be looking around the room, you are clearly reading the engravings on the opposite wall's plates with a 26 perception. But what you can see is that there is no one in the room. It appears to be a sort of scullery room, if you like, perhaps a kitchen-y area. It is completely abandoned. It is dark, and it's got even carpeted floor.
Damn.
The ability of walking softly.
Feels nice in my bare feet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, are you climbing in then?
Yeah, I'll walk up and through the window.
Okay. Tylon, you also going in? Or did you wish to break in on a higher level?
Not for now. I'll just go in with him.
Okay. You see that the room has 2 exits. Obviously, having seen the room from the outside, you would know that the left-hand exit takes you to the main entrance hallway. and the right-hand exit is sort of on the back wall. You don't know where that goes.
I guess I'm heading left towards the shield.
Okay, as you head left, the door is closed in front of you.
I'll just peek it open, make sure there's no one there, and
You're going to try
make
and
my way
open it
along the
nice
ceiling.
and quietly?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a straight dex check,
Oh boy.
just to see how anti-creaking door you are.
That's a nat 1.
Oh, woo!
shit.
You get advantage. You get advantage because of Cat's Grace.
Oh yeah, it's advantage.
Get advantage. Get advantage. You get advantage.
That's a 12.
No, I'm kidding. You pull the door towards you, and you see immediately there is a light coming into your room as you creak it open. As you peek around the edge of the door, you see a young girl sat on the stairs crying.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
When we were outside and they saw the light coming from the house, did they tell us?
What do you mean?
Like,
you all saw the light
you-
coming from the house on the left-hand side. You're all stood there
So we
looking at
can-
the front door. You can still see the light from the outside.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, you see a young girl crying on the stairs. As you see past the staircase, there is an area sort of above the hallway entrance. It is approximately 10 foot up, and you see a shield with the Rain and Manor crest blazoned across it in what appears to be gold. And given the lack of gold in the world, that is, wow, it's stunning.
I tried to Spider-Man crawl across the ceiling to
Uh,
get to the shield.
the bottom of the staircase leads directly to the door that you're going to walk out of. She is crying, sitting on the second step. You will be 3 foot in front of her if you come out the door. So you can try, but you sure as hell better be stealthy. Yes, I think this is probably not up your alley. Tylon, I see your mic lighting up briefly, but I don't hear any noise coming out if you're talking. Okay, cool. Right, that's fine. Yeah, you can also, Tylon, see this young girl crying. She's crying quite loudly. It's actually really annoying to listen to. I know, she's
Let's kill her.
sort of noises coming out. She's approximately 11.
Hmm. Would I know if she could see, like, if she's in visual range of the shield? Like, can she see it?
She can't see the shield, it's behind her.
What's behind her?
Yeah,
Got
so
it.
she's on the second step. At the top of the staircase to the left is the wall across the hallway, and that's where the shield is.
Do we see lights or anywhere?
Yes, there is a light on the ceiling hanging down. It's a large chandelier in the entranceway, and it is fully lit.
Lights behind her I could see.
No. But it seems to be the only light that's lit. There is an entrance way across the corridor from you, where you know the light to have been on from your outside view, but the door is closed.
Oh, well, one light is not helpful to turn out because that is definitely sus as fuck.
She will definitely be a bit confused if the light right in front of her face goes out. Well, to the side of her. As you sit there, who's peeking out the door right now? Argo or... sorry, Strix or Tylon?
Both of us Scooby-Doo style.
Okay, one under the other. Both of you, give me a perception check, please. And let's have a look at your senses.
25 perception.
Okay. Yeah, your ears are excellent. You hear where was previously quiet. You hear a little argument coming from the room to your across the corridor from you, and the door opens. Are you staying
We see
door open?
Who it is?
You're staying door open.
You're staying there with the door open?
I'll duck back in. That sounds like a bad idea.
Okay, but you're leaving the door open. A crack, yeah? Okay, you hear footsteps come out. And you hear a female voice speaking to the girl, saying, There, Leona. I know it's difficult, and your father is busy, and he has to work, but you still need to sleep. Come on, let's go up. And you hear the girl sort of sob and go, okay. And you hear 2 sets of footsteps going up the stairs.
Well, that's convenient.
I'll peek back out again. Make sure
As you peek out, you see the start of a gentleman walking out of the same room opposite you.
I'll peek back in.
Okay, you hear the footsteps come closer.
Get out of there, man. I'm not there or anything.
Okay. They step closer and closer and closer, and you hear him say, Damn, we've got to get this lock fixed. And he slams the door of the kitchen closed towards him. And you hear the footsteps recede.
Oh my
You do
God.
not hear them on the stairs, you hear them in the corridor.
Was that the door we were looking through?
It is the
or-
door you were looking through that he has just slammed closed.
Okay.
Do we pick a higher window?
Or do you just want to reopen the door?
Yeah,
It's up to
I'd
you.
like to reopen it.
Yeah, okay. The hallway is deserted. The light is still on.
He didn't even lock it?
No, the lock's broken. That's the point. That's what he was complaining about.
Okay. Well. Man, it's shitty to go get it right now because then they're gonna be on alert.
Maybe they won't notice. It's like a thing they've just got used to seeing. Don't even recognize it.
Can you cast illusions or anything?
No,
I
that was
s-
our daily
Fucking
part who's now chopped.
goddamn.
Sure was handy when he was around.
Can I go dive in the ocean and get his head and see if I can cast magic still?
Well, isn't his head? Didn't we turn in his head?
Oh, no. He was our party member.
Oh, his head. I was thinking of the other dude.
Shit. Useless. God, I wish I was an arcane trickster so fucking much.
Guys, the DM's putting up a timer. You better figure it out fast.
No. The timer isn't for now. Don't worry.
Can I
Would
choose
you-
what spiritual weapon looks like every time I cast it? What if I cast it, make it look like the shield, and just hover it there?
Be magical though.
Okay, you have seen him or heard him walk down the corridor, out of the corridor. The corridor is currently abandoned. The woman has taken the child up to bed.
Fuck it, let's just go take the goddamn shield. I give
Okay,
up.
give me a.
Action run.
There we go. Give me a stealth check.
Holy shit, I'm not rolling on the fucking internet anymore.
15.
No. I'm just giving this to Tyler. Are you both going to attempt to go over there?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Changed my mind.
Let's just have Tylon, yeah? Tylon,
29.
you give me a 29, okay. You step silently from the room. You realize that to get to the shield, you're going to have to reach over the edge of the banister at the halfway up the staircase.
Okay, I guess.
Your time starts now.
Oh my God! What?
Hey, I'm going to get it.
Okay.
Where's my timer gone? Oh, there it is. Okay, you take silent steps onto the staircase. The staircase doesn't even creak as your footsteps move onto it. You go up the stairs, 6 steps across, and you realize that you just about can't reach. You're going to have to climb onto the shelf on which it's on. Give me an acrobatics check. No, give me an... you can choose acrobatics or athletics. It's up to you.
Oh, thank you. The 21.
Okay, you are able to climb onto the edge. You grab the shield, but realize that you only have one hand available. You're going to have to jump back onto the staircase. Give me
Oh
a
my God.
second acrobatics check with advantage, and then give me your stealth roll again. See how quietly you can land.
Oh my god! There's no one. 12.
A 12? Okay, you're able to make the leap. Give me your stealth check with advantage to tell me if you make it to the staircase quietly. 22. Yeah, you make it nice and quietly. As you land on the staircase, you hear footsteps at the top of the stairs. The woman is clearly returning down the staircase. Start running quietly.
Yep.
Where are you
I
going?
just want.
Back
I'm
into the
running
room.
back to. Yeah, I'm running right back to
Okay.
Strix.
Okay,
I
as you
just want
get
everyone
into
to
the
know I
room with
rolled
Strix,
6 ones today already.
as you get into the room with
Fucking
Styx,
rolling ones, bro.
give me a dex roll, Strix, to close the door behind you quietly.
Oh, this is what I was born for.
This is what I was
A
born.
plus
We're
3
closing
on dex, don't you?
That's an 8.
Okay.
Oh wait, I
You
have
close the door, but it shuts with a small
bardic inspiration.
click.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, okay, give me
Plus
that.
a
Give me that.
D8.
Plus the D8, yes.
16.
Nice.
Okay. That closes with less of a small. It closes fairly quietly. The woman you hear, with your perception check, you hear her come down the stairs and re-enter the room opposite. Oh, we do not need this anymore. Off you go. Yep, so you're now in the dark room. You have the shield in hand. And at this point, as you walked out on the staircase, Tylon, you saw across from you an open door with a fine double bedroom, master bedroom, it's fair to say, with a large four-poster bed empty on top of the stairs. You would probably know that this was the master bedroom in which the cloak was mentioned. What do you wish to do? Oh, off and back. Yeah.
Lady go to a different room, yeah?
Yeah, she's come down the stairs, got into the room opposite, where she previously was, or down the corridor. It's fair to say that you're not really sure, but you know she's not in the hallway.
Okay. So we just needed was the cloak the other thing
The
here?
cloak
That's
is in the master bedroom upstairs that you have seen to be abandoned.
Okay.
I can give you a piggyback. We just climb up the wall outside.
You could just walk up
I
the
could just
stairs.
I can walk up the stairs too.
You guys and your crazy
better
plans.
plan.
At this point, Strix, is it fair to say you're probably leaving the room with the shield? Or are you going to stay down there?
Sure, I'll go back to the
Yeah.
alleyway. I
Yeah.
know when
Yeah,
I'm
let
not
me go
wanting.
fuck shit up.
Yeah,
I need to roll some more ones.
yeah, I think Tylon's on his own with this one. So, Tylon, you creak the door back open gently, yes?
Yes.
Okay, you see that the hallway is abandoned. Not only that, but the light is now off.
Fantastic.
Okay. You are going up the stairs, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You go up the stairs and into the master bedroom. You see a four-poster bed before you. To the right and to the left, you see a large armoire. You also see two wall-length armoires on the left and right of the room. These people own a lot of clothes. So, in fairness, you've got 4 wardrobes, effectively.
Okay.
Steal everything.
Yeah, get me
Said
something
before I jump out the
nice.
window.
And none of you can be heard. Tylon, you're on your own with this one.
I guess I'll go to the closest one first.
Okay, the closest one is your one on your right. It is against the wall. You open the cupboard and you see hundreds of dresses. Nothing else. Shoes on the
Useless.
bottom
Close
floor.
it. Close it. Go to the next one.
Okay, the next one is full of men's suits.
Also fucking worthless. Close it. Go to the next one.
You hear footsteps coming up the stairs. You open the next one. You see jackets, shirts, trousers, and cloaks. There are 8 cloaks. They are black, blue, green, yellow, purple, orange, brown, and grey.
Only had a cleric that could cast detect magic.
You hear the footsteps now on the staircase. As you touch each cloak in kind, give me 2 Arcana checks, please. That ain't cutting it. You do not know which one of these is magical. You do realize, however, that they are fairly small when rolled into a ball. That's your mic is not sounding again. Oh, did we hear him at the end? Yeah. So you've got 8 cloaks in front of you. You don't know which one is magical, but you realise that you could probably carry them all if you're lucky.
Do I see any windows
Yes.
that I could get out?
On the
Okay.
wall to your left, just past the wardrobe, is a window. It does, however, have shutters over it, and the padlock is locked and on your side of the shutter. The footsteps
cool.
are outside the room, but they are talking right now. It's the lady and the man. Give me a dex check to unlock the window.
Oh, I don't know why I did that.
The lock's undone. Oh, that's no. He's acrobatically unlocking the the lock.
17 is the right
17. Yeah, you slip the lock. You open the shutters.
I grabbed all. I'm grabbing all of them, shoving them into my bag of holding. I'm jumping out the window.
You're just gonna jump out the window, leaving it open.
Oh, I'm gonna. No, I'm gonna close the door too.
Okay. As you hang from the outside, you are closing the door, but not attempting to relock it. Correct?
No.
Okay. You close the window and you jump down. You stealthily walk back to your party, 8 cloaks in hand. And yeah, it's fair to say that you've made it. You, after a couple of moments, you guys see the shutters open and then slam back shut.
Get the fuck out of here.
They're a bit confused, but otherwise fine. Okay, I'm assuming that you are going to hold on to those cloaks all in the bag of holding for now, and you would like to visit Irvon Manor, is that correct? Or are you just going to, check the cloaks out now? It's up to you.
Well, we should get somewhere like away from here. And
Okay.
Yeah, shouldn't we put like the shield away so people don't look at it and be like,
Yeah, Argo's just holding this shield. Ha! Look what I've got. It's got the Rain
My
of Mana
shield
crest on
now,
it.
how nice it looks.
bag of holding. Yeah.
Yeah, you bag of holding the shield. That's fine.
But yeah, let's
Let's go to the next place.
Oh, we can check them out.
From your knowledge of the town, you are able to walk around here and know that this is the perfect location to stake it out from. Irvon Manor is a little bit different. It's built in red brick. It is 3 stories tall as opposed to 2. But you know, it doesn't look particularly guarded. There is no guard outside. Yeah, that's sort of all you've been told, really.
Right.
What were you told about the ring specifically? You were told that... my god, how long ago did we do this? I'm going through my session notes.
That was like session 2, I think.
Was it session 2? Okay. Yep, you were told... okay, right. I think you guys missed the narration for this, but I will repeat. You were told that it belongs to one of the lords of the manor, and they expect it to be in his jewelry cabinet, on his hand, or in his writing desk. His writing desk would be in his study. His bedroom would be the master bedroom, obviously. Yeah, that's all the information you have. As you are standing still, a halfling throws a dagger out at you. How rude. That is... How many of you are there? I still can't roll a 1d5. I should really just roll a d10. Oh, there's 4 of you. Okay, Roslyn. You take... Oh, a 4! The halfling crits. And you take 4 piercing damage. You look over, but in a dash of a cloak, he's gone into the distance.
it's always them halflings, man.
Yeah. So I run racist campaigns. What can I say? Yeah. So you see this manor, and not a single light is on.
Is it magic-y?
Yeah, can I cast detect magic?
You can. The entire building illuminates like a beacon to your eyes.
All right, somebody go touch the wall. Somebody caress it.
I will
Let's be
touch
smart
the wall.
about this.
Oh god.
Okay. Strix, you step up and you
Actually-
touch the wall. Nothing
God.
happens.
It's fine. I'll start walking up to the roof.
To the
God.
roof. Okay, up you go. Straight to the roof.
I'm gonna go.
Go on, Ross.
I don't want to. I just want. I don't know. I will like find a place nearby, out and like hide from. There's like just went off.
So what? You're just sort of hiding in a corner, roughly where you are.
Basically, just somewhere that like that I can see the house, but.
You guys are currently hiding in an alleyway between 2 shops, looking over at the house.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a very good hidden place.
Alright, I would
Yep.
like to change my form into that elf.
That elf. That's a little
Well,
non-specific for me.
That elf,
it
that
was
one
the
thing.
elf. It was the persona he used to lure the noble out so that we can jump him.
Right.
I don't have a
okay.
name for that
Yeah,
elf.
right, okay,
Should I
that
name
elf.
him?
No, that's fine. Okay, as you do so, reach into your left-hand pocket.
Okay.
Okay, you find a rod that appears to be magical.
I'm sorry, a what that appears to be
A
magical?
rod.
A rod.
Mm-hmm. Give me an Arcana
Magical
check.
rod. Okay. Here it is. 13.
Nothing. However, as you look at the rod, you see along the edge of it says kaboom.
It's a boomstick.
Maybe. I think it's clear to your magical knowledge that this indicates that this is the activation word for the rod.
We'll hold off on it.
Thought you might. Not really the time for use, is it? The kaboom rod in a stealth mission. Okay, so Strix, you are on the roof. With your excellent perception, you cannot hear anything, not a sound. Not a mouse stirs. Tylon, your mic is lit up again, but we don't hear you. But you are also standing opposite, as is Rosalind and Losk. The three of you stand opposite. Argo was able to climb up without anybody being bothered.
Discord is making me mad.
Yeah, sorry. Don't know why I'm sorry. I didn't invent it, but even so. Yeah, as you look over, all the windows shuttered, apart from one window on the third floor, which is wide open. But it's dark from coming within. You're looking for a ring. It is either in the master bedroom on the person's hand, in the master bedroom in his jewelry desk, or in his writing desk in the study. That will be the second floor, the study. His bedroom is on the third floor. It is not the one with the window wide open.
Can we get inside from the roof?
No. Not unless you dig.
Don't tempt me.
Rex, can you come back and get me so I can pick the lock on a window up on the top?
It's fair to say these bricks are sort of, sectioned. Somebody with your skills would not struggle to climb this.
Okay, I want to climb up the wall and...
Give me an acrobatics check, DC 6.
DC 6?
Yeah. Can you even fail that?
No, I
No,
can't.
okay, yeah, climb the wall. Like I said, it's not particularly difficult for somebody of your skills. So how high are you going? You going all the way up to the roof?
I'm going up just before the roof, the highest window I can.
Okay,
get to.
there is one open window and 4 closed windows. You know that this open window is not to the master bedroom. But it is open.
Does it look like it's the hallway or anything?
You could probably peek your head around the window and have a look.
Yeah, that's what I'd
Okay.
like to do.
As you look in, you see a man dressed only in breeches. He is holding a large sword up and he is practicing his form. He is muscled like nothing you've ever seen. He is like real, full on massive shoulders, huge abs, large biceps, and he's practicing his form, and you can tell he's good. But you also know he's not the master of the house. And what you're meant to do with that information, I have no idea. But it's there. Oh, Jesus, we still don't hear you, man. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hello!
Hi.
Did you get the bit about the man with the lovely muscles doing his
Yeah, I
sword
heard
form?
the whole thing.
Fantastic.
Is he in a room or is he in
He's
a
in his
hallway?
bedroom.
Okay.
There is one window to your left and 3 to your right.
I would like to go look into these other windows.
Okay, the others are all locked. Are you going to unlock them all?
Can I look through them?
No, they're shuttered.
Okay, then I will unlock the first one.
Okay, you going right or left? You've got 1 to your left and 3 to your right. Can we hear you?
Okay, sorry. Say that again.
You have 1 window to your left and 3 to your right. Which way are you going?
the one window first to my left.
Okay, as you move to the one window to the left, give me a dex check.
I hate fucking D&D. A 7.
Okay. Yeah, lock's complicated.
Great. Okay. Go to
As
the,
you
I'll go to
rattle
the
the
yellow one.
lock, the window is unlocked. You hear somebody else
unlocked?
unlocking it.
Alright, well, I'll go move to the other ones.
Okay. As you move away, the rest of the party sees the window open and a young girl look out. You move to the one to the right of the previous one. Give me a dex check. Eventually, when the end
21.
beyond. Yeah, okay, you slide the lock open. You open the window and you see an unlit hallway. Along this hallway, you see a door to your left and right, and then you see a corridor going the other way across. Obviously, the door to your left is the one you've just looked in with the muscular man playing with swords, but the other rooms you would not know about.
Do I see a bunch of rooms?
Yeah, you see a door to your right, you see a corridor going across, and then you see another door left and right at the other end of the corridor.
Okay. You talk so goddamn fast.
Yeah, sorry. My bad. Won't change. I'll just apologise.
I'm gonna go to the other window first.
Okay.
The-
As you move one to the right, make me a dex check. Bingo! Master bedroom. You see
Great.
one man sleeping in a large double bed. You would know from your own knowledge of the town, or certainly somebody would, and you've probably been informed, that Lord Raynham is a bachelor. Well, not a bachelor, he's a widow? Is that the right word? Yeah, a widow. His wife died. So he sleeps alone. A widower, yes. And he's sleeping alone. He is in a large four-poster bed. You see him snoring gently across from the end of his bed, so to your left. You see a dressing table with some various sort of small pieces of jewellery sort of hanging from various bits, and there's a couple of lockboxes on it. You see a table to his right and left as he sleeps.
You said there's a couple of lock boxes, right?
Yep.
I'd like to motion for the party to come towards that window.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll sneak on over.
Yeah, there's not
Up
much.
into the window, just
There's not
underneath
much.
it,
Yeah,
like
there's
on the
not much
ground.
sneaking to be done. You just.
I'll like sneak on over. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. You both stand at the ground floor, 2 stories down.
What's up?
I know what's coming.
I'm gonna go in.
Yep.
Can I see his hands?
You can see one hand, his left hand, upon the top of the cover. His right hand is under the cover. His left hand is adorned only with one ring, a wedding ring. It is not black.
First things first. I'm gonna go grab all the lock boxes and throw them out to the party.
Okay.
God.
Cha-cha-ching, cha-cha-ching. The sound of jewellery clashing together passes the passes the.
Don't you silence?
It's a bit late for that. The party catches them with ease, but they made a bit of a jangle. Not necessarily in the room that Tylon was in, but as they flew downwards. What did the party do? Well, what did Losk and Rosalind do? Because that's who's there.
Well, I guess we're catching them.
Yeah, you've
right?
caught them already.
Okay. Well, once we got them all,
Mm-hmm. It was only 2.
is there anything? Put them in the bag of holding, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
And then?
Put them in there. Get on back to.
They're not going in a bag of
supply
holding. They're
list.
going in your pockets. The bag of holding is on Tylon
Sure.
right now.
Okay, sure. Well, we're gonna go back. Well, why didn't you just put them in the bag of holding?
Forget I have a bag of holding, okay?
Yeah. Anyway, okay. How are you going back to where you were?
Sneaky.
Sneaky. Give me a stealth check, both of you, please.
God.
As the window on the second floor opens, and a man looks out.
Come on. Yeah, that's good. That's good. 21.
21 and an 18. Yeah, you fine. Yeah, you fine. You guys are sneaking back. You are undetected. The man looks about confused, but that's about it.
Okay.
Very rad.
Tyrone, what are you
Now
doing?
I'm gonna carefully lift the sheets up to see if I can see his
Give
other
me
hand.
a sleight of hand check with advantage.
Dude, I quit D&D today. I'm resigning.
No.
At 24.
He makes it. He makes it. That was a DC 22, by the way. You peel back the covers very gently, and upon his finger is the black ring.
Can I attempt to take it off of him? God damn it.
Yeah, give me another sleight of hand check. No advantage this time.
Actually, did a Strix ever come from the
He's on the
roof?
roof.
Or-
He's standing over the edge of the window, knowing that you're inside.
I'm gonna go to the window first.
Okay.
Hey Strix, can you cast silence on him?
I will cast silence on the bedroom.
I like the consideration that taking a ring off his hand is going to wake him up with noise. Go ahead. Make your sleight of hand check.
Well, at least he can't yell for help.
Ah,
He can't
right.
make noise now.
Yes,
25.
okay. That is an excellent idea. Never mind,
And
I
we
like
can
that.
murder him.
25!
Yeah, 25.
Shit, Jesus, you slide it off him before he knows what's happened. His finger seemed like a greasy sausage. That is absolutely remarkable. As Moon passes a 22 and a 24 DC sleight of hand check, one after another.
Thoroughly.
After rolling ones for the whole evening. Yeah, you slide it neatly off. It is in your hand. Even you, a reborn, can feel the magic emanating from this ring, and it is powerful.
Okay, I'm gonna just put it in my bag. You
Yep.
know that I totally always remember I have.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to the window.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are you shutting the door behind you?
I can't help but be stupid before I leave. I'm so sorry. I want to pet this stupid fucking cat statue, then close the door.
5 house cats clamber over him as he,
I'm gonna run.
that silently clamber over him. You see him sit up and look very, very confused, and in your amusement, you slowly climb down the wall. Strix, are you coming down?
Yep.
Okay. Yep, you are all down.
God, that was so nerve-wracking.
Okay. You all reconvene in the alleyway. Ring, cloaks, and what else did you pick up? A shield, in hand.
Dad, this was very successful game. Good job.
You're
I'm a
rich.
rogue now. 'Cause I'm a real rogue.
Let's get back to the tavern, right? Like in the middle of the night.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. As you reconvene in the tavern, we shall just zoom you over there.
I gotta ask a question.
Mhm.
How many people thought I was gonna put the mantle on?
None, I don't think. Nobody thought you were quite that thick, but you never know. Yep. As you guys reconvene in the tavern room, you sit around and, yeah, there you are.
We're
Yeah,
rich.
that was
So are
stressful.
these boxes locked?
The 2 lockboxes, yes, they are.
Alright, I would like to attempt to open them
How are you doing that? They have a small keyhole at the front.
with my thieves' tools.
Okay.
Traps.
Can't wait for these to be trapped and a fireball just goes off in the
For
tavern.
traps.
Put your thieves' tools into the lock. Is that correct?
I would say. Yep, I would
Okay.
say I checked for traps.
Give me a
but I
dex.
didn't say that.
Give me a
so-
dex check.
Ugh.
Just one, it's fine. Both.
Fucking.
Sure. In all fairness, that's enough. Yeah, you are able to unlock both boxes. You open the first one and see a pile of jewelry within, and the second one, as you open it, it shouts out, "Alarm! Intruder! Alarm! Intruder! Alarm! Intruder!"
Oh my God.
It doesn't appear to shut up.
Silence.
Silence might draw more attention. It will silence the whole tavern.
Yeah, what are you doing about this?
So
Inside,
even-
inside are two very fancy-looking rings.
Does anybody have the
Even-
spell?
Even if we close it, it doesn't shut up.
Oh, if you close it, it shuts up straight away.
Okay, well,
Dump out the rings and close it.
Excellent idea. Okay.
I-
You hear a
I
small
also
knock on
wanna
your
keep
tavern
his lockbox.
door.
Sorry, what
You
did
hear a
say?
knock on the tavern door?
Alright guys, let's go to bed.
No, I'll go answer the door. I'll just crack it and be hello.
Hiya. Is everything okay up here?
Yes, everything's
This is our lady bartender. If I could open the right damn thingy. This is Iona, our bar girl. She looks absolutely exhausted and a bit confused. Is everything okay here? We heard a loud shout.
I'm sorry, we're just testing things.
Well, we were playing a game.
Okay.
And it was fun.
Rosalind, give me a
Sorry to
deception check,
disturb
please.
everybody. Yep. And... Natural 20!
Okay.
Nice.
She nods.
27,
She nods,
yeah.
heads off, and goes back to bed.
Alright.
I'm
Very
gonna,
rad.
after we've taken the rings out, I want to put that lockbox in the bag of holding. I'm gonna have uses for this shit.
Okay. You take the two rings out. They clearly emanate with magical nature, both of them.
Would like to try to see what they are.
Okay, give me an Arcana check, please.
15.
Okay. These rings are both rings of resistance. One gives you resistance to fire, and the other one to cold.
Nobody's gonna plan on using Fireball, right?
I think you're the only one that's got that option.
Just making sure.
Yes. Okay, so you have a ring of cold resistance and a ring of fire resistance. You also have 8 cloaks. And a lockbox that shouts alarm intruder when opened. Not opened with the key, by the way. I think it's fair to say from your understanding of the magic, if you had have opened it with the key, it would have stayed silent. But you do not have the key. And you have a black ring of very powerful magic that you are unsure what it does. And you have, your 8 cloaks.
Anything special in those other rings? Are they just worth money?
Sorry, in the other lockbox?
other-
We didn't do the
yeah.
other lockbox, did we? Okay, none of them are magical. You have 4 gold rings, 1 gold sapphire embedded ring, and a locket. Would you like to open the locket?
Yeah, fuck it. I'm full of bad decisions today.
Okay, there is inside a picture of a lady.
Any of us recognize her?
Is it a red-headed elf?
No. Who was born in Carthan? Any of you?
Carthon?
Yeah.
I think I was. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Strix, you would know that this was Lady Raynham. Lady Irvon, sorry. Lady Irvon.
Of course.
His wife.
It's Lady Irvon.
Is it
Ah.
custom to carry your dead spouse in a locket?
I mean, it's not her, it's just a picture of her.
It's just a picture.
Well, you
What if
asked
it's her
that, but
in the
we
mirror
have-
plane?
Perhaps you should ask Tylon if it's custom to carry a locket
Yeah, I
of
was
your...
about to say.
Custom.
People just do that.
Yeah, I think so. You know, people like to keep something close.
Is it weird?
I don't
Did
think
I
it's weird.
miss her and want to have a reminder? Is this weird?
Okay,
Honestly,
so
I do think it's.
you have your rings,
sorry.
and I'm assuming you'd like to inspect some cloaks, or are you going to attempt to arcana this black ring?
Wait, are we
It's
supposed to
black
turn in the black ring to somebody?
We're gonna give this
Possibly,
his
should
ring
you
of
choose
or
to.
this wand of identification.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. When am I going to give it to you? Not yet. Okay, 750 gold was the bounty for the black ring. Would you like to see whether you can work out its magical intent?
But sure, I can try.
Give me an arcana check.
8.
You haven't got a clue.
Can I stare in... Can I just stare intently at it and hope to God I figure it out?
It's fair to say over the course of a long rest you'll be able to ponder its uses and perhaps understand
Yeah,
it.
It's a black ring.
Yeah.
I
It
wrote
is.
it too.
I
Right.
want to
Okay.
check out the. I want to
Actually-
check out the robe.
You want to check out the cloaks?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check.
Oh God, why did I choose to do this? Hold
No
on.
fucking clue. You actually have the second
know.
best roll of the group.
I was, nope.
Yeah, but no.
7.
No, even with a 7, it's fair to say you are able to identify that 3 of these cloaks are magical. The grey one, the
Alright.
orange one, and the brown one.
Are
Okay.
any of them like fashionable?
Yes,
You
the,
shan't
that
take
matches
they
them.
are
most
all
good.
extremely fashionable.
Oh hell yeah!
These are so cute.
I'll take. There's a non-magical.
There were
blue
5
one,
of them.
right?
Yeah, there's a blue one. There's a blue
Okay,
one,
I'll
a
take the blue
purple
one.
one, a green one, a brown one, a black one, a grey one, an orange one, and a red one.
Alright.
So
I
which-
t-
The
magical
magical
grey
ones
one.
were orange, grey, orange, brown, and green.
Okay,
Can I
okay.
try on the? Can I try on the green one?
Of course you can.
See
Does,
what happens.
does that count as you attuning to it?
Party.
I think I
Hot
have to
take
tune
party.
Over it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll spend a half an hour. I'll attune.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Attunement in my games is instant. Unattunement takes an hour. That is
I
a
have a hot take for you guys.
Yeah.
How about we don't put the fucking cloaks on,
Well-
and that we just stole when we stole all of their cloaks, and they no longer have any.
regardless. You are
Hot take.
wearing said cloak, and it is a cloak of elven kind.
Ooh. That's stealth.
Sort of.
Or the green one.
Sorry, that was the green one, wasn't it? Isn't that the one she tried on?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
I'm
green
just
one.
taking notes for what's going on.
Okay, yeah. Wearing this cloak with its hood up, perception checks made to see you have disadvantage, and you have advantage on stealth checks made to hide. The cloak's
Sick.
colour shifts to camouflage you. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
would it be
Um,
okay if I put
Sounds-
on black ring?
Yeah,
No,
I think that might be a bad idea.
you can put on the black ring. It's fine.
I give my consent to this.
I'm putting it out into the universe. I think it's not a. I don't know about this.
Okay, as you put on the black ring, you feel attuned to it mentally. It knows
Oh,
you well,
shit, I
and you
didn't
know
want-
it well. In fact, it almost has grasp of part of your soul. This is a ring of... No, that's a good thing. This is a ring of mind shielding. However, you can now no longer given this quest. This quest belongs to... I did not mean to put that there. I just put it in Twitch chat. That's not what I was aiming for. There you go. It's in the channel. But you can no longer turn in this quest. This ring is attuned permanently to you. Why it managed to unattune from him but not you? No one knows.
I was about to say.
But you will
Well-
find out.
I did say
Oh,
not to put it on.
Is this backstory?
It's not backstory, it's
Kylan-
forward story.
Kylan, do you want the cloak instead of the, or do you like the pants?
You
I-
asking Tyler
like
if he doesn't want his pants? You must be mad.
The cloak
I-
is
The
the cloak is slightly better.
No, it's
Isn't
not.
No,
Don't they do the same thing?
Not even close.
no.
Oh, okay.
His
thought
cloak's
the
pretty
the
sick.
pants was good. I thought the
Also,
pants
that
was good advantage.
also the cloak plus the pants would make it even fucking harder to see me.
He'd be invisible.
Well,
Is-
sure. But
Because
it
not
just
only
makes
do
it
I
big-
roll stealth checks, yeah, they also have disadvantage on perception checks made on me.
That's the difference.
Right. Well, that's what the elven cloak has.
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
what I was
so that's even more things to make it harder to see me.
Well, so what is the pant? What is the pant?
I always have advantage on stealth checks, and at night I have a plus 1d4 to my stealth rolls.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
in dimness, yes, in dim light. So what he's getting from the pants is the dim light. It's fair to say these two items are kind of pointless to wear together, especially as they
Right,
both
that's what I
require
was saying.
attunement. So because the
Right, so-
only advantage you would gain from wearing the pants is the 1d4. You wouldn't gain any advantage on stealth checks because you've already got it. You wouldn't gain a disadvantage on perception checks because they've already got it. So that's what the cloak
Okay,
does.
so-
Gives you both.
all I was saying was cloak is also stealthy, but I don't think they're useful to wear together. And I would like a stealth thing. So if whichever you prefer it. I don't whichever works best for you.
I think on behalf of the whole party, I would really like to keep my pants on.
Wonderful. Okay,
okay,
Rosalind,
then-
that's a cloak of
then,
elven kind.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'll keep the cloak.
Is
Yeah.
anybody putting on the brown cloak? Or the grey cloak?
I feel like I
No, sorry, the brown or the
Wait.
orange cloak.
I have a question.
We making terrible decisions.
Mm-hmm.
This ring takes up an attunement slot. Is there any way, shape, or form I can unattune to it?
Not that you're aware of currently.
Okay, so I'm just stuck with this taking up an
You done
attunement slot.
fucked up, Aaron.
For now, yes. Perhaps you could inquire with somebody more magically knowledgeable than yourself as to how to get it removed.
Chop off my hand.
Orange one.
You're going to try on the orange one?
Okay.
This is a cloak of concealment.
Oh, the enchantress offered that for Defender.
She did.
Sounds like a great item for Defender. Awesome. Free cloak of concealment.
So this is, while you wear this cloak with its hood up, perception checks made to see you have disadvantage, and dexterity checks made to hide as the cloak's colour rubbish. That's rubbish. That is just giving a totally different example. That's giving a totally different example. It's 3 times a day you may cast Alter Self on yourself. That is what the cloak does. Don't know why it
That's pretty good.
combined the previous one as well. Yeah, that is what it does. 3 times a day, Alter Self. It regains 1 charge per day.
Nice.
Okay, fancy trying the third cloak out? The grey one?
Like to
Sure,
try
I'll
one, but I
slip
feel
on.
like
I'm gonna
yeah,
put the
you
grey
can
one on
go
too.
ahead.
I think Strix put it on. Was that? Did you not say that
Yeah.
Strix first? Yeah. Strix, as you put it on, you realise this is the cloak you were sent to find. This is a cloak of protection.
This is the one, everyone. I can tell. I feel it in my bones.
And you were told you could keep that. There was no reward for it.
What does that do again?
It gives you protection.
+1
I see.
AC and +1 to saving throws while you wear this cloak.
Would anyone like that?
Yeah, let's move this all around so people have the ones that are best for them. Let's see. So the cloak of concealment is basically the same as Elvenkind, but you can alter something.
No, it
Anybody-
doesn't do the Elvenkind thing. That's for some reason that's just attached itself for no apparent reason.
Okay,
It is
so
just the
that's
Alter Self.
So
No attunement required, by the way. I
That's
don't know
pretty
why
good.
it says it requires attunement. It doesn't.
Wait,
double
the cloak of protection?
No, the cloak of concealment does not require attunement. It just allows you to cast Alter Self on yourself.
What's the great cloak?
3 times per day. The grey cloak is a cloak of protection.
Okay.
So if you, I think Lavi might. Sorry, I think Lost might benefit. But, I mean, you don't really need Elder Self. That's for sure.
It surely does not. No.
Getting a
But
shift
you're-
weave, man.
You're very squishy. AC is garbage, so I think you might want Cloak Protect.
In character, your AC is garbage. Take this cloak. Yes, I think that's fair to say. Love a cloak on. Can you even wear it right now? Are you attuned to 3 items already? No. Okay, never mind.
Hey, Lost, you want the cloak of you want this gray cloak? It seems very sturdy.
I mean, if nobody else will claim it. Because, I mean, I already have this shitty ass ring attached to me. It's not even
Shitty-ass ring?
stylish.
It's
It's good.
Ring's
No,
a
it's really
freebie.
good.
the ring's
If I
insane.
if I insult it enough, will it come off?
Try.
I use vicious mockery on the ring.
Okay, nothing happens.
Alright. Yeah.
That is
I'll-
an actual nutty ring
It
for
is
you.
crazy
If they
good.
don't know your creature type, isn't that really good for you?
They can't even know that you're a changeling. They just have to think that you're the right thing that you turned into.
They
If
cannot know your
anything,
alignment. They
That
do not
went
know
to
you
the
are.
ideal person.
Yes, they do not
Actually,
know you are
you know,
lying. They
you-
cannot read your thoughts, and you can become invisible.
Invisible?
Yep, you can
that
use
ring
an
is magic,
action
what?
to cause the ring to become invisible. Oh, never mind.
I
The
still
ring
feel
becomes invisible, not
bad.
you. Yeah. You can also prevent telepathic communication.
Yeah, it's good for me, but I feel bad because, you know, the party you know, it's not just a me decision. Like, this could have benefited the entire party as opposed to it just.
No, it don't. No,
He's
no. It's
missing
good
an
for
even
you.
better part of it. If you die while
Oh
wearing
yes,
it,
that's the
there's nothing
huge part.
inside of
I
it,
figured that
you
everyone
don't
had read that.
die.
Yeah.
Okay,
If you
so
don't, if you die, your soul goes into it instead, so we can bring you back to life in another body.
yay! So that means the devil can't take my soul when I die.
Yeah.
It's a lost item. It was always designed
I
as a
think
lost item.
I think it's a good fit
Oh,
for
it's a
you.
lost
Yeah,
item.
it is a
Yeah,
lost
I-
item.
It would have given to you.
Yes.
How
Uh,
convenient that she slipped on.
Okay, now
She
that the
slipped
DM confirmed it,
Okay,
now I don't feel.
I will
as
now,
bad.
for free, tell you how to remove it. Rosalind, if you lean over and take the ring off her finger, his finger.
Yeah, I'll give it.
Yeah,
a
that'll
shake.
work absolutely
Yeah.
perfectly. It's no longer attuned to him.
Whoa!
You cannot take this ring off yourself, but somebody else can take it off of you.
That's weird.
nuts. That's crazy.
That's wild.
Maybe that's why it can turn invisible, so no one steals it from you.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, that's
Precious.
the logic behind it. Is somebody else can take it
Right.
from you, but you cannot lose it yourself.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
Obviously, if your hand is chopped off, you fucked. But apart from that, you're fine.
So we do have a decision to make about the ring, though, because somebody else wanted it.
Who else wanted the ring?
It was for a quest, and you just taught us how to unattune it, so we'd be able to turn it in.
Ah, yes. That sort of person wanted it.
So we have a decision to make. It was they were offering
750
something.
rubles, yeah.
If killing Lost cut his hand off. Okay. Yeah. So either get like 700, or it could be kind of an OP item. And pretty. Is this like your style, Lost? Do you attracted to those?
I mean, the effects are they're cool, to say the least. But black is it's a bit edgy for me. No, Telas, please take the ring. Well,
You asked me to do
Make it
this.
invisible.
The ring is there for a reason, right? You asked me to do something with your character. This is a very convenient way of doing it. That is why I said it.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Imagine not
I
knowing
mean,
your own
I'll
backstory.
take it if you don't
No, it's not
want
that.
it.
It's she doesn't know what I'm gonna do with it, but yes.
No, I think it has to do with backstory.
it's pretty useful
Yeah,
to
as
it.
someone who nearly killed their only character in the backstory by ignoring
This is Kimberly, yeah, whatever.
it. What the fuck ever, Kimberly?
Okay, with your magical items abound, it is now 4 a.m. Nice and early.
Okay, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
take the
make
ring.
Excellent decision. And we shall take a short break there. It's currently 4 a.m. You are in the tavern. You have dished out your magical items. What would you like to do?
Gosh. Okay. Well, I mean, there's still we should probably go and wrap these quests up and sell some stuff. We are not gonna get rid of the black ring, right? We're keeping. So
Seems
what do
so.
we tell him? then?
What if
You
we-
just don't go back. Like,
Yeah, I was
just-
gonna
It's a
say.
sort of hand it to him as and when thing.
Okay, got it. Well, we do gotta go to Cray and give him the shield.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
let's do that.
Okay. As you head down to the dock, 4:30 a.m., you see Ducky McDuck half asleep at his post.
Oh, he's no. We were gonna wait until a reasonable time. He's not an early bird.
Okay.
We're gonna like have dinner.
You're gonna chill,
breakfast.
okay? As you come down, Iona gives you breakfast. You have a nice munch: sausage, egg, bacon, beans, mushrooms, tomatoes, pastries, fruit, all the shebang. It's approximately 10:30 in the morning. You turn up at Cray's. Ducky McDuck's wide fucking awake, sitting at his post, and he waves you through.
All right.
As
yeah.
you walk past, he whispers to Mac, "No doves this time. Boss is in a bad mood."
Ooh.
Noted.
Okay, we gotta do this while
Understand that.
we gotta do this while Moon is AFK.
Okay, as you proceed up, you reach the captain's quarters.
Yeah. Before. Yeah. We'll just go in.
You're just gonna go in. You're not gonna knock.
Well, yeah, we're gonna knock. Yeah.
Okay. What?
We have a gift for you. Well, gift, I say. But,
If I see those fucking doves,
There won't be any. There's not
Okay.
going to be any doves, are there?
Okay.
Tylon, fucker.
He is not currently here. As you enter the room, you see he is standing with his back to the wall, holding his sword out, ready to swing at anybody who walks through. However, as no doves appear, he seems quite okay. He says, just the people I was
Hi.
looking for. I have something I need to sell. Reckon you could get
Alright.
rid of this for me? And
What's
he hands you a strange-looking, very small hand crossbow.
Okay. All right.
Got this-
Who's with me?
All of you.
All of us.
So I got this off a drow, but I can't seem to get rid of it.
What do you mean can't seem to get it?
Well, nobody wants to buy it. It's a powerfully enchanted crossbow, but I can't get rid of it.
Oh, what's wrong with it?
As far as I can see, nothing. Wanna have a look?
Or, can somebody get detect magic on that?
Well, no, perhaps you might just want to just make an arcana check. Make an arcana check first.
Alright. 20.
This is a crossbow of the Sleeping Drider. It is a hand crossbow. It deals standard hand crossbow damage. However, it is fitted with a magical device that inserts poison into each arrow. Upon hit, a creature must make a Constitution saving throw of DC 16, or fall asleep for 3 rounds.
All right. Okay. Sounds pretty good.
He says, yeah, as far as I'm aware, it's pretty powerful, but people don't like drow goods. And I've tried to set it back to the drow, and, well, they're commonplace for the drow, and nobody seems interested. Anyway, you wanted to see me?
Yes, we did. We had something you may have been looking for. Pull
Oh.
out the shields.
Ooh, excellent work. Well, I tell you what, I was going to give you 2,000 gold and the Black Pearl, is that correct?
Sapphire.
How about 1750 the Black Pearl on this delightful hand crossbow?
Sapphire, unless you want to give us a ship.
Are you a ship?
Well, it was a black sapphire. The black pearl is the ship.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, a Black Sapphire. Yes, I see what you mean. Right, yeah, no, Black Pearl. Okay. Black Sapphire. Black Sapphire. My god. That is not going to stick. Black Pearl. Black Sapphire. Sick. He's going to give you a Black Sapphire, 1750 gold, and a hand crossbow of the Sleeping Drider, should you wish.
What do we think about that
Rubles?
crossbow? Are we getting bad vibes, or is it just drow racism?
Oh, it's definitely not. It's definitely not cursed anyway.
I think this is the I think this would do well for our wannabe archer.
You
The
said
Tidon?
you said 17. You said 17. What? How much did you say for rubles?
1750.
1750.
1750.
Yeah, so he's basically charging you 250 for the crossbow because he really wants to get rid of it.
How about even 2,000.
So what you're asking me to do is just throw the crossbow in for free? Because
Yeah, I thought you
2,000 plus
said
the Black Sapphire is what we agreed on before.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. How about 800? Or 1,800.
It's not
Sorry.
like I can get rid of the crossbow anyways.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Come on, baby. Ooh, that's really good. 28.
28. I could do that. I could definitely do that. And he hefts you over a sack. 1,800 rubles.
Deal. Yeah.
He hands you the crossbow. And he hands you the Black Sapphire. So I don't suppose you want to deal with some trouble for me, do you?
Ooh. Well, okay. First off, how much gold is that each? Just so I don't forget to mark it down.
360.
Yeah.
Base.
360 no scope.
Yeah. So, what kind of business did you have in mind?
It's not business, it's trouble. So, I have a crewmate. Been reliable, 10 years. And he's got a drinking problem. Always had a drinking problem, never been a problem. This morning, he smashed one of our awnings. He broke a window on his cabin. And glass is truly expensive, as you know. And lost his shit. And frankly, I don't care why. I want to chuck him off my boat. I'd quite like to decapitate the bastard. Reckon you could have a word with him and find out what's going on?
Sure. And if you need somebody to decapitate the bastard, we can do that too.
I'd like the pleasure of doing that myself.
Fair enough. What was his name?
This is going to be a bit weird. His name's Mac. Sorry, I hadn't even thought about that when writing my notes. My brain just saw it. I was like, huh, okay, his name's Mac.
Out passive aggressive.
Macintosh.
A little rude.
His name's Macintosh in full, but yes, Mac.
Macintosh.
It's his surname.
Oh,
we
can
don't.
take care of that.
Okay, marvelous. He's in the hold.
Want us to hold an intervention, is what you're asking?
Just get the man sorted out and warn him that he might have his head chopped off if he does anything so stupid again.
Understood. Well, pleasure doing business with you.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess if we have nothing else going on in here, we can head out and
Okay.
get the Black Pearl to. Well, should we talk to the guy now? Or
He's
should
only in the
we-
hold next to you, so it's like a 20-foot walk.
Yeah, sure. Talk.
Okay, as you head on down, you're greeted by a young female pirate, who says, "What you doing down here?"
Oh, we're going to speak with Macintosh.
Yeah, that's a risky business in itself. All right, be my guest. And she gestures towards the end of the hold, where you see a very angry-looking man.
What's your name?
My name is. I knew you were going to ask me that. Deanna. That's
Yana.
D-E-A-N-N-A.
Have I ever seen her, met her, anything like that?
Nah, she's just a crew member.
Okay. All right. Pleasure speaking with you, and thank you for the luck.
That's all right. Good luck.
We'll go. Well, I guess we'll. I at least. I don't know about anybody else, but I'll go.
He turns.
Boy.
He turns around to you and he goes, "What the fuck does Rosalind Sachs want down here?"
Pleasure to meet you as well. It seems my reputation precedes me.
Okay, is Tylon with you?
Ellen?
Yes.
Okay,
Are
you recognize this man instantly. He looks scarily like the guy whose ring you took off last night.
What?
May I point out
Mhm.
that the ring would be under my gloves?
It's also
It could
invisible.
That's
be
where I
invisible.
It's also
It could be
invisible.
Well, yeah, but that's where I naturally keep all of my
Okay,
rings.
right, cool. You recognize this man. He looks like the man you took the ring off last night. But he's not the same man, but he looks like him, but a younger version.
I don't know him either way. So yeah. Yeah. I'll go up to him and say, well, hello there. It seems that you've been having some problems, and we're here to help you out with
You
things.
could say that. So, there I
Nice.
was, popping through the tavern this morning. At 10 o'clock this morning. And what should I see but a bounty? And this bounty is for my father's ring. He says he's lost it. You know, that ring has the very soul of my mother in it. And despite the fact my father disowned me, it's the only item I am due from my inheritance.
Damn, that sucks.
That's such a hard story to hear. I'm so sorry for you. It must have been very difficult news to hear.
It was. He seems to sort of settle down. He now looks sad instead of angry, and he sits on the edge of the bed and was sort of head in hands.
It sounds like you went to have a drink to get rid of some of that very justified anger.
No, I was drinking all night. It's no secret that me and the ale are a bit too close of friends. So
Sure.
much so that when I finally crashed out on the inn floor and came round in the morning, there was the bounty right in front of my face. Need to say, combine a hangover with grief, and you get violence.
Sorry, just to clear things up.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm falling behind because I'm trying to like keep
Right.
up with.
So he is clearly the son of Lord Raynham. He is
what's-
disinherited, but
And this is
the ring would...
Mac?
Yeah, Mac is the son of Lord
Okay.
Raynham, but is disinherited by his piratey and drinky problems. And he's just found out that the only thing he was due in his inheritance, the ring containing his mother's soul, has gone missing.
Okay, Macintosh is the son.
If you hear anything about the ring, you'll let me know, right?
Of course, of course. I understand grief as much as anybody else.
Legend says,
But
Rosalind, that you don't understand much at all when it comes to human emotions.
Well,
Is that laugh in character?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I laugh a little bit and I say, "Well, you know how rumors spread, but as much as I care about my business, I'm a person like anybody else, and I understand.
Oh, is that so?
But you have to know that that the violent behavior, I understand it can't become a pattern.
Oh, a day of grief. It's a day of grief. Why? Is somebody mentioned something?
Actually, yes, they have. Gray was saying.
Gray?
Gray.
The cap?
Yes, he was saying that. Well, that he might take that violence back on you.
Oh shit! Not the cap. I'll keep myself to myself. Duly noted. But if you hear about that ring, let me know.
Of course, of course. Well, pleasure speaking with you. Nice to see that you're a reasonable man. Keep the ale in check. Not too in check. Alright? Alright.
Marvelous. Thanks, Rosalind. It's weird seeing you down here. Good luck getting your boat back.
Oh. Thanks. Yeah, I'll need it. Maybe I'll come and help out when I go get it back.
I'll follow the cap.
Well, nice speaking with you. That's all. I'll walk away.
Okay, as you walk away, yeah, it's fair to say nobody really notices anything. He sits down and looks pensive.
Yeah, should we tell Cray that we had a chat with him? Also, what are we gonna do about that? Because we have it. And
tell him.
clearly...
Everybody
Tell
wants
him?
this ring.
Not tell him.
Well,
You'll
yeah.
get over it eventually.
Yes, but bear in mind you
By
have
the way,
you
we're-
have just discovered in character that the soul
The
of his
ring,
wife
yeah.
is in the ring.
Yeah.
That
Which-
doesn't bother me. I'm surrounded by dead people all the time.
Yeah, it just
Well,
means
but
that
it
it just
should
means
bother
that
you,
you
yeah.
dying will not have your soul entering it.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Just don't die.
It just
I
don't
have
die.
a
Great
big
plan.
devil sugar daddy waiting
But
for
what
me.
if we brought his mom back? 'Cause we could
Then
do
what?
that,
Possibility.
right?
That sounds like a lot of things that bad people don't do.
Oh, Tyler, while you
Yeah,
were gone, you
yeah,
got
that's
yourself a new weapon.
I have been here the entire
Okay, so you
time.
got your hand crossbow, yeah?
Mm,
We just didn't hear you
no.
speak back. Oh, you didn't hear about the hand crossbow?
Yeah,
No.
you got him. Crossbow.
Okay, yes, this is a hand crossbow of the Sleeping Drider. When a bolt is fired from this crossbow, it is imbued with the poison of the Driders. The target must succeed on a DC 16 Constitution check or be put to sleep for 3 rounds.
It's pretty good.
And it's fair to say, Talon, I'm more than happy for you to equip this at the same time as your light crossbow. It's got a little bandolier from your wrist that'll hang down, so you can use it in certain situations, and in other situations you can fire your light crossbow, but it's given to you. It's homebrew, I'll pass it at the end of the campaign, yeah. End of the session. Yeah. I really should make the items before the session, but I always forget, and then I get to the session, I read the notes and go, oh, that thing. Shit.
It's perfectly
Aw.
fine. You're a busy guy. You're a
Yeah.
busy guy. All right. Well, that's all the business we had over here. We should go give the Black Pearl to the guy who wanted the Black Pearl, right?
That's in the Magus Arcane.
Oh, we needed to go there anyways. Perfect. All right. Well, this sounds like lost business.
Oh shit. Alright,
I'm noticing a
Alright.
theme with these items you're giving me.
alright. Furlock, the gnome, is looking for the black sapphire, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Let's go to the Magus Arcane.
Magus Arcane.
As you walk down the gangway, Ducky McDuck is juggling his daggers as per usual. He doesn't see you coming. Tylon Cinderstorm, you take 1 point of piercing damage.
I pimp slap Ducky McDuck and tell him to be more careful.
He shakes his blonde locks and. Sorry, guys. You know how it is. How's the cap today?
His cheery self as usual.
Ah, good. No doves?
He's a little happier that there were no doves.
Yes.
I wasn't on my game today.
Glad I gave you the
Which would be
warning.
Twice as many.
Well, he
next time.
also absolutely warned you, and Cray was standing behind the door, ready to chop someone's head off if they came in with doves. So it's probably even the best that you didn't.
I had my plan for that. I was gonna walk in there with the dodge action. prepared.
I still got my plan. The first person to die in this campaign is going to die to Cray decapitating them because of doves. But anyway, as you continue, you're heading up to the Magus Arcane to speak to Furlock, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, you arrive at the door of the Magus Arcane.
Alright, I take out the wand and I do the little ritual.
Okay. As you enter in, you see the portals before you.
By the way.
Now, Furlock. Furlock is the Master of Illusion, I believe. Is that correct? Yes, he is. So you would know that this is the purple portal.
Okay. Actually, that might not be a good idea. Alright, let's just go in.
Okay, you enter through the purple portal and you see a gnome teaching his class. He looks up to
Is
you
there-
and he says, "May I help you?"
Yes, we actually believe that we have some business
Business with who?
with you.
With me? What kind of business would you have with me? Bear with me a second, class. And he gestures you towards a small side room. As you enter through, I mean, this room looks tiny, but as you enter through it, it is a large open space. And there, it is outside. There are trees, there is sunshine. The master is at work. He says, "And what business did you have?"
We heard that you were looking for this, and then who has the black sapphire?
Rosin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got it right here.
Oh, I was looking for a black sapphire. Well,
We were wondering if payment would be due.
yes, most definitely. And he gestures with his hand, and a bag fills in his hand, and he places it on the table, and he says, "There's 1,000 rubles. But I'll tell you what, I'll give you 1,000 more if you can deliver this for me, for it's not for me."
Consider it done. Who shall we deliver it to?
Yes. Salmistra. Salmistra is the head of the Magus Arcane in Zerenia.
Renia. Who's been there?
Field trip.
Yay!
Has anybody been there?
Nope.
Right?
You
New
cannot
place
enter
to die?
Zerenia without invitation. It is a place of the elves. He says to you, Catheris downstairs will be able to transport you there should you wish. But bear in mind the elves of Zerenia are not so giving with transport back.
They'll let us out. And we have a donkey.
Yeah, they won't teleport you back. That's all you're being told.
Got it.
Okay.
Teleportation.
Sorry?
Um,
Tyler?
I have a scroll of
Right.
teleportation.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Okay.
if I may, and I completely understand if it's none of my business, but I'm quite curious. What is this black sapphire for? What is it used for?
Are you a magic user yourself?
You could say that.
Are you signed up here?
Yes, I am.
Oh, wonderful. Which college?
Bard.
He just puts his head in his hands. Well, magic user's a bit rich, but anyway, the black sapphire is used, judgmental gnome. The black sapphire is used in various powerful enchantments, usually used to defend buildings. Zerenia itself is under various enchantments of defense. The black sapphire is used to stop various penetrative spells, such as scrying devices, working within Zerenia. Salmistra keeps the wards of the city, and it's her that needs it.
Gonna take that burn?
Sorry, what was that?
You're just gonna take that burn?
No, I was
Rapid
gonna respond to it, but then I was interrupted.
I apologize.
Sorry, that's my problem.
Well, to be fair, I did say I guess you could say a magic user, but I did not claim myself to be one.
This much is true. For a bard such as yourself cannot truly claim the magical arts.
You
Pull me back.
and I
Let's get on, Tim.
don't necessarily intend to. Okay, then I'm gonna take it that speaking Abyssal isn't taken kindly upon in public.
Not only that, but the gnome would have no problem understanding you.
Okay.
I'll give that
Alright.
one away for free.
Alright. So will you give us the 1,000 rubles now, and then after its delivery? This.
No, I think I'm... well... Is that a priest of the cloth I see? He's looking at Strix.
That's a loose determination, but sure.
If this man gives me his word that it'll be delivered, I'll pay you in advance.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, he'll give you the 2,000 gold pieces. 2,000 rubles, sorry.
Good, because honestly, if they do not provide transportation back, then I wasn't sure that we would, return to begin with.
I can guarantee you they will not provide you transportation back.
Then yeah, so thank you for payment in advance.
That is quite okay. I understand it may be a while before I see you again. However, I do thank you for your services. And one other thing. I have a young man in my class whom I would like you to have a little word with in the nicest way possible. Some of you look a little intimidating. I wonder if you might shake him down as he exits. And he waves his hand, and
mug one of your students.
No. He waves his hand, and a small window appears in thin air, and it shows back into the class. And he points out one particular student, and he says, "You see, this student, I believe, is the cause of various pranks in the Arcane College, and one of my fellow headmasters tells me that they believe he's guilty. For weeks, I have thought I was getting fatter, only to discover that in actuality my shirt was getting smaller.
So you're the one who
I'd
burned the...
just like to
Photo.
see what else. No, that was just Steris. No, there was multiple different things going on. But one of the pranks was this. He said, I believe that he might be carrying a few objects that do not belong to him. If you'd kindly turn him upside down a couple of times and shout in his face, perhaps he might tell you of what he's carrying."
I'm always up for a good mugging.
You struck me. You struck me as that kind. These aren't children. They are 18, 19, 20, 21.
Okay.
Those sorts of ages, yeah.
How rough am I allowed to be?
Don't kill him.
May I have
But I
a
can
diamond worth
get him
300
close to
gold
that,
just
huh?
in case?
Sorry, what was that, Strix?
I'm going to ask him if I can have a diamond worth 300 gold just in case.
I don't just carry diamonds on my person, but I'll give you this instead. And he hands you a potion.
Wow. What does this potion do?
This potion will help you turn invisible just once. A valuable item, and certainly enough payment to shake down a teenager.
Not revive, but it's something.
Just don't kill him in the first place. That's nice and simple.
Alright, consider it done.
Many thanks.
I'm gonna put this into the notes so if somebody else
The
wants to
mage
go
in
over.
question is Caldur, who Master Killian pointed you towards. Master Killian also had told you that he would like to speak to you about something in private at some point. This may be your opportunity to do so. You would know that his is the red portal.
Me?
Black portal, sorry. No, Tylon.
Okay.
Although he's okay with speaking to all of you. There's just something he had of a slightly more darker nature that he wished to talk about away from his class. And as you know, he gives his classes in the evenings, not the mornings.
All of us or just me?
He's happy to talk to all of you. It's just something he wants done that he doesn't want to ask in public.
Okay.
Okay.
You
As
guys could go handle the talk, and I could handle the kid.
the class is currently about to be dismissed. I think he was asking you to shake him down like immediately as he walks out the class.
That would be the part where I handle the kid, and they go talk to him.
I guess you could. I don't think a shakedown's going to take too long, but go for it. As you guys are gestured back through the portal, you return to the class, and he turns around and he goes, "Class dismissed." Calder is the last to leave. He looks like a scruffy student. His robes are a bit of a mess. His books are slightly tattered.
I'm gonna block the doorway to prevent him from leaving.
Yeah,
The
I
My
will.
body.
Furlock turns around to you guys and says, "I have very pressing business. Please excuse me." And he tries to walk through the door
I'll
first.
try to push him. I will
This
push
is
him over.
no. Furlock is the headmaster, the gnome. He would
Oh,
like to walk
sorry.
through the door. Please don't push
Yeah,
him over.
I'll let him through, but I'm still blocking.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
the gnome
Yeah,
as
please
well.
don't push him over. He will be
Murder hobo,
very
go.
unimpressed, and I don't want to kill anyone. Okay, so you let the gnome through, and then you block Kuldor
Yeah.
into the room. He looks up. What? What do you want?
Yeah, I'm gonna just. Is he sitting? Is he standing?
He's standing, trying to exit.
Yeah, I'm gonna just come up and I'm gonna push him over towards Tylon.
Okay. What have I done?
What haven't you done, little one?
You wanna grab him?
I've done nothing.
Oh, we-
I'm gonna grab him by the back of his neck.
Please
Done
explain the meaning of
nothing.
this.
Well, we've heard a little bit about your shenanigans.
What
I just
shenanigans?
wanted to talk to you about that. I think you know.
I do not know.
Shake him upside down. Get all the stuff out of
I'm gonna
him.
start picking his pockets while they're talking.
Yeah.
Okay, you look through his pockets and you find a small bit of food. One singular amulet. Nothing else.
What's the amulet?
It's my
The
mother.
amulet.
It's my mother's. She gave it to me.
Ours now.
Everybody have amulets? How lame.
Yeah, that was stupid. You're such a stupid kid.
There's a picture
You're just
inside it.
bullying this child. What's happening?
No, there is no picture in this amulet. It is of magical nature.
Toss the amulet over to Lusk.
Okay, Lost, make an Arcana check.
Yeah, we've been real good at these today.
14.
Okay, this is an amulet of communication. It can communicate directly with its partner. As you grip it, you actually sense that there is a mind at the other end waiting.
Nothing's happening here.
Okay.
It's all fine and dandy.
A woman responds. Coldor, is that you? Is everything okay?
Why did you talk to it?
Oh
Anyways.
no.
Okay, it's fair to say that you don't have to respond, but you could if you wished.
That doesn't seem like a normal amulet.
No, it's a communication device. My mother makes me carry it. She wants to know my whereabouts and what I'm doing.
I'm
She's very
sorry,
protective.
This kid seems completely in. What's happening?
I get the sense that he's full of shit.
Give me an
Yeah,
insight check.
insight check.
Okay, I'm gonna pick it up, and if my best Caldor impression, I'm gonna say, "Ah, yes, sorry, I just dropped the amulet."
Who's this? This isn't Caldor. This works differently to your sort of normal impressioningness because she is connecting with your mind. It's fair to say that, yeah, it's fair to say she's very aware that you are not her son. Yeah, she knows her son, and he don't not sound like that.
16.
16, he's definitely not lying.
He's definitely not lying.
That is what I said.
Well,
So, what
And I'll let him
can
go.
you please explain the meaning of this accosting?
No, I don't think we can. But
So-
someone can.
nothing in his pockets,
What?
right?
No, what were you looking for?
I'm gonna yeet the amulet back at him.
Catches it. What were you
I'm
looking
sorry
for?
about all this. Nothing in particular. We just we were asked.
We heard that somebody might be pulling pranks. We're currently investigating, and
I know a little bit
unfortunately-
about that.
Okay,
Oh,
tell
Not-
us, and then we won't
not
take
me,
any of
though.
your lunch money.
Not me though. You're looking for Valeria. Have I been blamed? She's
No,
she's always been bullying me. I'm always the butt of her jokes. She's a horrible prankster.
Not fucking for sure you've been blamed, kid.
She even shrunk the Master Furlock's shirt, and it was a little bit funny at first, but then he seemed truly upset.
Hey,
All right.
there's nothing wrong with gaining a little weight. You gotta learn to love yourself.
Well, Master Furlock is of course very careful with his figure, and he was quite upset. It seems a very mean trick to play on anyone, I would think. And I know what it's like to be on the Valeria's jokes. But yes, it's definitely Valeria you're looking for.
How do you
She's
spell
due
Valeria?
she's due to be in evocation class right now if you want to look for her.
Oh,
It's the one time I get to
we're all
avoid her.
Sorry. We're all sorry for getting in your business.
Oh,
then.
don't worry,
This
I'm
is a
used to
little-
being accosted and shaken down and
Oh no!
beaten up. It seems to happen every day.
Stop, Rosalind. You're supposed to be evil.
I know. Okay.
And
sorry.
he's supposed to be making you feel guilty.
My man.
Yeah?
I'm gonna smack the back of his head. Like, you need to pick better friends.
I don't
I don't feel
have
feel
any
bad about
friends.
this. Great, go make some, cause this is the shit that happens when you don't have friends. And I'm gonna
You'll-
leave.
Listen, you'll grow into yourself in college. It's fine. Let's.
The only thing he's gonna grow into is a
Wait,
book.
can I-
Okay.
Is it?
It's gonna grow into a book. I like it. Sorry,
Wait,
carry
when
on.
that- When we did that insight check, that was checking to see what the amulet was, right?
No, he
Nope.
was inside checking to see if the boy was lying.
Oh, okay. So
Well,
that's
let's
Valeria.
go over to that class with the girl. What's she look like? What's she look like?
She's got dark black hair. She looks exactly like Lady Embercrest. She's one of their daughters. She's one of those rich kid vibes, you know, horribly posh. She's currently wearing a buttoned black blouse today with gold buttons that she's been showing off, and a red skirt. I don't really know much else about her. And her eyes,
crazy or-
they look evil.
Girl, I don't know these kids, but like they got mad chemistry. I feel like they have like a enemies to lovers story happening right now.
He's describing her. I'm gonna change
Really
my
in detail.
appearance to everything he says to try and match her appearance based off of his
Dear
description.
God, your illusion magic's incredible. You could rival Master Furlock. That's amazing.
Thank you, but this is what she looks like, right?
Exactly.
All right.
You need to.
We got
He
the
just
appearance.
points to a point on your cheek and he says, "Just a pimple, just there, little birthmark."
I'm not putting pimples on my face.
Understandable, but if you did that, you would be her. And she sounds ever so snooty and a little posh. You really must teach me those ways. Those are something beyond anything I've ever seen. Even Master Furlock takes preparation to cast an illusion like that.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm a master of magic. Let's go.
He just sort of looks at you in awe, and then he holds his hand out for his lunch that you took.
I didn't take anything.
No, who took it? Who rifled his pockets? Was that Tylon? He wants his lunch back.
Let's
Already
toss
left
it
the
back.
room.
Oh, you've already left the room? Okay, well, he
I-
just
I-
sulks out.
And I'll give him a gold coin. I'll say, "Don't tell your mother."
He takes the ruble. He takes the ruble in hand, and he just sort of nods and says, "Thank you. Good luck."
Thank you. Bye. Sorry.
Also, it'd be safe to say I wouldn't have fucking took his lunch. I
Well, you
probably
just took it
would've
out in
dropped
pocket,
it on
right?
the floor.
Okay, right. He
Would've
just dropped it on the
dropped shit
floor. Okay, that's fine. As you are going out, you are then looking for the red portal for the evocation class. Is that
Yeah, that I
correct?
took his lunch.
Took
his lunch.
Yeah, why not? I just thought it was a bit brutal, but anyway, you going through the red port?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
change back into my regular form. That was
Of course,
just to
right,
make sure
yeah.
we got the
Okay.
right person.
As you enter through the red portal, you see a small corridor, and there are two girls having a bit of a chat. One is the girl who has been described to you, and the other one is a short, red-headed wood elf.
A lot of
Round
red-headed
two.
elves.
Look familiar.
Almost all the wood elves are red-headed in this world. No, she doesn't look familiar. She doesn't look anything like that girl. And she wasn't a wood
Right.
elf. Now, anyway. Yep, you see the two of them chatting away.
Okay. What's the game plan?
Do I see a pimple on her face?
Yes, there is one singular birthmark pimple just under her eye on her left cheek.
Oh, that's a birthmark though.
Yeah, it's a sort of birthmarky pimply thing. It looks like a pimple, but it's a birthmark.
Like a mole?
Oh, that's
Yeah, it's a
interesting.
bit like a mole. Yeah, sure.
All right, we got to get them separated from each other. Yeah.
Do we? I don't give a shit if they're separated from each other.
Guess
What's her
that's
name?
true.
Her
We just
name
gotta
is Valeria.
Okay. The reason that I say we gotta be careful here is because she clearly has a rich mom or parents, and she probably only hangs out with kids who have rich parents. That's the vibe I'm getting, and I don't want to go pissing off nobles.
Yeah, I believe you killed
right?
her. You've already killed her brother-in-law, so you might as well carry on.
Okay, okay.
Valeria.
Losk is going to approach her, and may I remind you of his very pristine
Yeah.
appearance, very
okay.
flamboyant, noble appearance.
Who are you? I
Hello.
haven't seen you before.
My name is Losk.
Can't
Who
you
are
see you're interrupting our conversation? I'm Valeria Embercrest. Who are you?
I'm
Who is
Losk.
Losk? What are you doing here?
Mom,
I'm.
You
Were you at that brunch that you're?
No. I don't attend those stupid brunches. I have far better things to do with my time. Really, Lisa? So my cat has
This
literally just
girl-
walked past and taken the
Noble.
foulest fart under my chair and then walked off.
Oh.
Yes, she is
Alright.
definitely the son of a noble lord, and she is everything you'd expect of an entitled noble lord. And she turns to her friend and she says, "Come on, Kira, we don't need to deal with these people."
cool. I'm gonna walk on over there. I'm gonna grab her by the throat and slam her against the wall.
Okay, roll
Holy
initiative.
shit!
Roll
God.
initiative.
Oh my god!
I'll back
For
it.
all of us?
All of you. Roll
Oh
initiative.
shit!
God.
11.
Sorry,
Five.
sorry, I'll take these one at a time. Can I have Tylen's first, please?
Oh my God!
10.
Natural 20. It's 28.
Sorry, Tylen?
10, sorry.
10. Yeah, Rosalind? Do I-
28.
And that was a nat 20. Huh?
So not 20.
Okay, Losk?
If
5. And Warren?
11.
God.
Oh, okay, 11, sorry. I misheard you. I thought you said 7. Okay, Rosalind, you're up. Warren, you're on deck.
God. I gotta decide what to do. Ugh.
I started it all.
I was gonna be diplomatic about this. Okay,
Yeah,
so
well,
we're...
Tylen, I've already given you a grapple check. She is currently classed as prone. Will that... Did you want to do damage as well?
No.
Okay,
I
right, yeah.
just wanted to meet
Yeah,
her.
you're holding
Yeah,
her prone.
I'm not very strong. I guess I'll... Can I try to... Oh God, there's like... Ugh. I got... I was just gonna talk my way through this. And... Oh God, I'm so sorry. Can I... God, I did not plan on this at all.
We-
Nobody was
done.
planning on this.
Nobody planned on the guy who hates
Dabber.
nobles to freak out and attack a noble. No one planned on that, huh?
No.
Yeah,
As soon as
no.
you
Okay,
snobby ass.
Rosalind, you gain advantage on your first action. What would you like to do?
Okay, I'm going to...
Stab.
Uh,
Stab.
I guess attempt to should somebody grapple the other girl too? I can try that. I'm not very strong.
It's an excellent idea. You gain advantage on it, though. It's an athletics check, please.
Yeah, okay, sure. Sure, why not? No, with advantage. Okay, so the first roll was a 9. Second roll, natural 1. So 9.
She rolled a 6. So, yeah, you grapple her.
Yeah.
My God.
You pin her down to the ground, and she sort of looks around and goes, "I've got nothing to do with this."
Well,
Okay, does that conclude your turn, Rosalind?
I mean, that's my action, but I guess I'll say... No, yeah, that's my action. I'll cloak of billowing.
Okay. It is now the turn of Valeria. She sort of pushes you back a little bit, and when that doesn't work, she puts her hand against you, and you feel
God.
lightning coursing through you. Dex save, please.
Me?
All of you. You're in a small corridor. Her friend included.
Dex.
27.
Let me know
Well,
if
I get
anybody gets
advantage.
under a 16.
I got
I
a
get-
nat 20.
I got,
got-
10.
Okay.
24, but I also get advantage against
fine, that's
spells and other magical
Anybody who was
effects.
under a 16? Was anybody under a 16?
Yeah, so 24. Yeah.
Warren, was it you who was under 16?
Yeah, I got 10.
Okay, you take 33 points of lightning damage. The rest of you take
Push
16.
dice.
Ugh, ow.
And then she teleports out from underneath you and arrives 15 foot down the corridor with a Misty Step. Wait, is Misty Step a spell or an action?
Can't use 2 spells.
It
in
is a
turn.
spell, isn't it? Not an action. Yeah, okay,
He's
fine.
cheating.
She ain't doing shit. She's just going to stand there. And she's going to yell at you, "You let me go now or there will be trouble."
Oh, there's gonna be trouble in your face if you do that again.
Okay, give it a go. Warren, you're up.
I'm casting silence in this bitch.
Okay.
Because that shit fucking hurt.
Yeah, well, I should imagine it did. Silence is
Let's
a level 2 spell? Is that correct?
Yeah.
I do not see that in your spellbook. Okay. That's weird. Okay, cool. I'll go with that. Yep, that's absolutely fine. She's silenced. Does that conclude your turn, or do you have anything else to do?
I don't think I've got a bonus action, so I think that'll be my turn.
Okay. The young girl Kira struggles out from under your grasp, Rosalind. She rolled a nat 20 on her athletics check to get out of that. So she's chilling.
Okay.
Yep, and she runs into the classroom and yells out, Professor, there's trouble in the corridor." Tylon, you're up.
How far away is the portal?
The portal, about 3 foot.
Cool. I'm grabbing her and throwing her through the portal with me.
Okay, you're going through the portal?
Woo!
Okay, you go through the portal, and standing around in the entranceway are approximately 7 different mages.
You're such shit.
Okay. As you arrive through, you hear a loud, bellowing voice come out. "What is the meaning of this?" It's Rialdan, the headmaster.
This isn't my fault.
It's only
Ask her
Tylon
for
who's present.
blasting us with lightning.
Sorry?
Ask her for blasting us with lightning.
What's this, Valeria? You're firing lightning bolts at guests? Valeria sort of looks over. "They attacked me." He looks over to you. "Is this true?"
She blasted us with
Are
lightning.
we out of initiative?
We certainly
No. This is just Tylon. Tylon, is this true? You attacked her first?
We came to talk to her. She blasted us with lightning.
Make a deception check. 'Cause you
21.
Yeah.
Ooh!
Okay, well, this is enough of this fight. Separate the two of you immediately.
We still have to talk to her, though. For all her shenanigans.
Perhaps
she's
you
been
would like to
pulling.
talk with her in my office in a more civil tone.
Sure.
Where are your friends?
Through the portal.
I'll hop. Can I hop through the? Are we?
You can't hear them. Are they
are
through
on the
there?
other side of the portal.
Okay. Rosalind, Losk, and Strix, give me a strength check, please.
Okay.
Sorry, strength save. Strength save. My
Oh,
apologies.
strength save. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's a 4.
6.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh.
The three of you are dragged
Dirty
through the
20,
portal.
20.
Oh,
No,
what?
I got a 20.
You got a 20? Yeah. Okay, that's still not enough, I'm afraid. The three of you are dragged through the portal, instantaneously yoinked into his presence. And he says, "Right, all of you, my office now." And he walks you down towards the gold portal.
High school flashbacks.
We're
Okay.
in trouble.
Right, as you walk in, he points to Valeria and he says, "You over there." And he puts her against the left-hand wall. And he says, "You lot over there, right-hand wall." You're out of
I
initiative now.
face the corner.
You're out. You're now out of initiative. And he says, "Right. Now you," and he points to Losk. "You signed up to the college only yesterday, correct?
I think so.
What is the meaning of this?"
We were asked to talk to her
By?
under somebody else.
By who?
Furlock.
Are you sure? Furlock asked you to accost the best student in the entire school.
Yes. Well, he wanted us to get down to he wanted us to investigate the prankings that have been happening.
Prankings? Valeria? He turns around
Yeah,
to
and
Valeria.
this-
Valeria, have you been causing any trouble? And Valeria sort of flushes bright red and she goes, well, there were some silly jokes. And he says, well, what kind of
Oh.
silly jokes? And she says, well, we shrunk Master Furlock's shirt. And Rialdan sort of chuckles. And then looks guilty, like he shouldn't have chuckled. And he goes, yes, I did hear about that. And the skull? And she turns around and she leans into her pocket and she pulls out a human skull. And she hands it
How did
over.
that fit?
It's clear to see that she's magically item gifted. She's rich. And she puts it on the desk and she says, yes, and the beakers. And there is one other thing, Master. And he says, yes. He says, well, the Bard's College instruments will all be silent for the rest of the day unless somebody dispels them. And she just looks
That's a funny
absolutely ashamed of herself. He says, Valeria, you're capable of so much. Your potential is limitless, but yet again, you let your arrogance and your heritage get to you. You don't need this to be popular. Only yesterday it was that I stopped you harassing Kaldur. The poor gentleman only wants to learn. And if I hear you are hindering anybody else's advancement at this college, there will be severe consequences. For now...
Caldor, the kid that we talked to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For now, you are on excess duties for the next 2 days, and there will be no classes, and you will be cleaning the student bathroom. By hand. And she looks devastated. And
If I
then
may-
he turns around to her,
everything, you guys.
dismissed. And he
If I may
turns...
say, before you dismiss her,
Yes?
it appears that she's also been pinning the blame on said Caldor, because he is the one who led us to her.
Suddenly, she is dragged, like, literally right into his face. And he leans over and he's like, is this true? She says, well, it's not so much that we pinned the blame on him, it's merely that we didn't dispel the rumors when they came up. And literally, he just flings her through the portal. As he shouts, I'll deal with you later. Gone. He turns around to you and he says, I apologize for the dramatics, but Valeria is the best student we've ever had. She's a
I got out of hand,
magnificent
too.
mage. And this isn't the first time she's let her heritage get behind her. I apologize. And then he lays his hands on a sort of strange-looking wand and points it at you, Tylon, and at you, Warren. And both of you are healed for... What level are you guys? 5, right? Yeah. Just check that. 15 points of health each.
Yeah, this is fine. I'll just heal myself.
Yeah. He sort of hasn't really noticed that anybody else is hurt. And he says...
Oh, he just heals the one guy?
no,
not
2.
everybody?
It was Strix and Tylon. That was it.
You
Okay.
notice me being the most hurt? I took 8
No,
damage from that.
that was more as an apology to you because you said
Oh,
you'd been
okay.
hit by lightning and Strix was clearly wounded. So those
Gotcha.
are the 2. And he,
I
then
also apologize for getting a little out of
Yeah.
hand with it, but I'm not too fond of nobles.
he understands that. He says, well, anyway, I suppose I should say welcome to the college. Here's the drama that we witness every day with our students. I'm glad you didn't choose to take the fight with Valeria further. Her powers are quite formidable. Even for us to deal with. But regardless, I should let you get back to your day. And thank you so much for sorting out these troubles. You should visit Master Killian with that skull. And he chucks it at you. Complete disregard. That item's near priceless, you know. As he chucks it at you really casually. And he says, and a little
That's a
reward.
necromancer, right?
And a little reward from myself. And flicks you a ruby losk. And says,
Why am I getting stuff?
and just once, this ruby will cast the most powerful fireball you will probably ever cast as a bard. Do hold on to it. One more thing, Losk. What exactly is your morning routine to find the confidence to wear that hat?
What? My...
That is a Twitch question and answer, by the way, but it's
Wait.
getting used by Rialdan. He asks you in character, what is your morning routine to find the confidence to wear that hat?
What do
I
you
am
mean?
in
This hat is
character.
stylish. Actually, this hat was tailored hand-tailored by my family's, best people. And it holds all of my pens, so I feel like it's quite the fashion statement. I don't think it's garish if that's what you're implying.
Well, it's unusual, that's for sure. I'm glad you find the confidence.
Does this person think it's ugly?
I don't know. Okay. Well, anyway, I'll let you get back to your day. I hope you consider yourselves compensated. But yeah, do pop by Killian on the way out.
Will do. Before we exit, when everyone's exiting, I'd like to go up to him and then shake his hand and be like, "I'm glad I'm not the only one."
Yes, thank you. The Twitch user responded, "I wish I had the confidence to wear a hat of such caliber."
Sea of Thieves, man. Sea of Thieves. That's where the hat is from.
He dismisses you through his portal. You would be advised to go fairly soon.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that one thing and leave.
Yeah, no, okay. Just so, as you guys go out, he's asked you to deliver the skull to Killian.
I'm gonna head to Killian.
Okay, as you go through to Killian, he is sitting quietly at his office desk. There is nobody in his class.
Hello again.
Oh, why, Master Tylon. Wonderful to see you. How are you today?
I'm pretty good.
Excellent, excellent. Is there something I could do for you? I did want to talk to you and your friends, actually, about a particularly... Well, something a little personal, to be honest.
Oh. Well, first things first, then. Let's talk about what I came here for, and I'll give him the skull.
Oh, excellent.
Given this.
You found the student who was guilty?
Yep,
Valeria.
Fucking, I have the worst memory ever, Valeria.
Valeria, yeah, there you go. Oh, really? Valeria, she's a mighty
Yep.
student. That's truly quite tragic.
She, put a mighty lightning bolt up my ass, too.
Yeah, she does that. She's a advocator of quite some skill, but never really had any knowledge for the subtler stuff.
So.
Well, regardless, I really had thought Caldo was to blame. So said the rumours. Well, nevertheless, your reward, and I have absolutely no memory of what your reward was meant to be.
I gotta be honest, don't know either.
I don't remember. Does anybody write it down?
Nope.
Probably somewhere.
Notes.
Nope, it's not in the notes. It's not in my notes either.
Oh, no.
I've just put big reward. Oh no, small. No, I put small reward and then big reward for the other one. Sorry. Yeah, take a scroll of false life and a scroll of animate dead.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
That's all right.
Wait, I'm gonna give those both to Lusk.
Yes, I thought you might. He then
I
says,
have no ability to cast spells.
yes, there is something more personal. I wondered if you could perhaps look into over time. This isn't something to be solved swiftly.
Would you like all of us to discuss this, or?
Yeah, no, this is definitely for the lot of you.
Okay.
I believe he
Hold on,
actually
hold
said
on.
last time you must all be present. Sorry, Lusk, yeah?
Hold on. So that we just, what scrolls did he give us?
Animate dead and false life.
Give us animate.
Yeah, we can always fill that in later. Yes, you see, well, I don't know if you've heard the news, but recently my wife and I have separated.
She's single?
And this is, he just doesn't respond to that. You see, years ago we had a wonderful daughter. And she was a mage and talented, but she didn't like my ways with necromancy and, well, over time, we fell out. And, well, my wife has forgiven her and I have not, and for that reason we've separated, but I just wondered if you are able to find my daughter. And perhaps convince her to return to her mother? Or at least find some news of her. I would really appreciate it.
Pictures or anything, or any leads for
Yes,
us?
he gives you
maybe?
a picture. Just bear with me a second, I will give you a picture. Her name is Validrin. Hold on. And she looks like...
Red-headed elf.
With red hair.
I actually think she might be.
Oh my god.
Let's just say I didn't decide what she looks like. This is Validrin. She is quite the warrior and quite the mage. She began to study something called blade dancing years ago. I warn you, she is prone to some violence in situations of distress. But should you encounter her, tell her mother looks for her. It is the least I can do for my wife. As for me, I don't want anything to do with her. Nor she with me, I imagine.
That picture looks familiar.
It would do. But not in-game. You would not have a clue in-game who this is.
I don't have a
Wait.
clue out of game, but it looks familiar.
It's from the good campaign.
She's a player in the good campaign. But you don't know that. Nothing about it. All you know is that this is Validrin.
If I may ask,
Of course.
why do you hate her? It's clear why she doesn't have fondness for you, but what did she do to you?
Well, it always started as a sort of simple thing of, you know, I wanted her to follow in my path and to learn magic, and she was always against necromancy, and the rest of us, you know, we've always been necromantic users, and it's not that I've tried to force her to use it, but she was persuaded, and let's just say the way she acted was out of hand, and honestly, in disappearing and abandoning us, leaving us to wonder if she's dead in the street. I can't forgive that. You can't do that to a father. We never mistreated her. We never hurt her or openly even angry. We just were persuasive. But yeah, she
I
ran
don't
away.
mean to tell you how to act or what you should do in your life, but she's still family and you only have one.
Yes, but you don't do that to... You should have seen what it did to her mother. I can't forgive that. She ran away with no warning. Val
Her name?
apostrophe Idrin. That is there.
Okay.
Yeah, as I said, you don't do that to your parents. We gave her nothing but love, and she gave us nothing but fear and grief in return.
What I'm saying is don't dismiss the idea of forgiveness entirely to the ones that you loved and cared about.
I hear you, and perhaps after she's reunited with her mother, I might make an attempt. But alas, I think that is all I can manage.
You know what? It's not my place to... I just thought I'd share some of my own thoughts.
No, it's not, but I appreciate it. I respect you.
Oh, that's a first.
May it not be a last, young one.
Anyways, can I ask what this skull is? Since we gave it to you and got it back.
Well, you
I,
can. Allow me
forgot
to
do that before.
Allow me to...
Forgot to do that.
He did tell you before, but he'll tell you again. This skull is the skull of an ancient Archmage, 3,000 years old. And he knew lots of the necromantic arts, and often I discuss problems with him, and look into some of his more magical knowledge. It is just a way of contact. I can, of course, contact the dead at will, but certain people are harder to contact than others, and Vascalago was a powerful mage.
I forgot about that. My apologies.
It's alright. I understand people like yourselves are very busy and have a lot to do.
You have no idea.
Wow. Did I hear mention that you were on a mission for Master Furlock to Zerenia?
Yes.
I don't suppose you
Oh,
could...
yeah,
I don't suppose you could take something to a colleague of mine. I'm sure they'll reward you excellently.
wow, we're just running all over the place, Arcade.
Um,
Truly
Gosh.
have No time for rest.
I apologize, Talon, for the personal nature of this, and he holds up the vial that holds your skin, and he says, my colleague in Zerenia is able to produce mighty enchantments with this. Perhaps if you offer it to him, he may reward you excellently. Or, of course, if you prefer to go through the same pain, you may just approach him yourself.
I could do that for you. I could also offer you a fresh piece, I suppose.
If you are taking this to him, then this one is excellently preserved. I'll be okay, but yes, if you speak to him, I will warn you, and this might sound strange given who I'm speaking to, but please do not be unnerved by my colleague's appearance. He is a mighty mage.
I'm unnerved just by the thought that you needed to tell me that of all these people
Yes,
here.
he is a little unusual to the eyes.
Wait, so this colleague is in Zerenia?
It is, yes, he is.
Okay.
And his name is a little complicated, but we call him Phyllis. It's an affectionate term. I'm sure he won't mind you using it. His real name is quite the mouthful.
That's the party to deliver the file to.
Will you
Phyllis.
send word of it coming, or give us anything to hand to him besides this file?
No,
to
just
smooth everything over?
tell him Killian sends his regards.
Okay.
He will be quite excited.
Okay. The stupider you make this, the easier it is for me.
Yep.
Alright. So Zerenia quest. Necromancer.
That's all I got for you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate your time, all of you. And as I said, if you do see Val, approach carefully. And best of luck to you. And also, don't miss the sights in Zerenia. Their architecture's quite incredible, and their magic is something to behold. Now, they know the meaning of
I remember.
subtle.
Do you know who you could point us to get travel to Serenia faster than us?
Yes, Netheris. Jatheris downstairs is our local. What is it? Transmutation, maybe? I don't actually know which college teleportation magic is in.
What's that word to with the headmaster?
Let's find out. Jatheris is our local conjuration wizard. She deals in magical portals. It's herself that maintains the portals within this tower, and she will be able to offer you transport to Zerenia as a college member. But you are aware that coming back from Zerenia is not so simple.
We've been told.
I have means.
Okay. They won't work. Any means you have will not work within the walls of Zerenia, but a short distance outside should not be a problem.
Thank you for the,
Perfect.
Okay.
thank you for the advice.
No problem. Best of luck.
Always a pleasure.
And you too.
Up front. Oh yeah, for the 2,000 rubles, how many is that?
400.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice, easy math.
400, you
Plus
said?
2 is
Yeah.
4. Minus 1 does 3 quick.
2,000 divided by 5 is 400. I'm paying Defender for being present, despite the fact that she is very quiet today.
That's all.
Okay. And then we have to deliver vial of Tylon skin.
No vial. Tylon said he would offer a fresh sample.
Oh, okay. Deliver Tylon.
But Tylon, yes, that's the one. Okay. Is there anything the party would like to do, or would you like to move to Zerenia?
We've turned in all the quests. Oh, we should go talk to the vampires.
You can
Yeah,
do,
we
but I'll tell you for free that all they really ask you to do is to let them keep it. They're not going to reward you for it.
Okay, let's go.
It's just a sort of, if you wished to follow up on them, sort of thing.
Let's get on. I mean, we could make
now.
some allies out of that, but
You've also
I don't
been
really
told
wanna
that the stores in Zerenia are quite magnificent.
I don't really want to watch the guy hump the invisible air looking for his wife. Okay.
So, are we going to see Jatheris?
Doesn't sound like we have any other plans.
Excellent.
Sorry, who's that? I'm trying to keep track of.
Jatheris is the person who will provide you transport.
Oh,
The conjuration
Jeffers.
mage.
alright. Oh, wait. Actually, I wanted to, like, speak to the party out of hearing of everybody else.
In Abyssal?
Yeah, just speak in Abyssal. In Killian won't mind. And doesn't speak it.
So, you know how
mean,
that black sapphire is going to be used for protection, right?
That was mentioned.
But if we just don't deliver it.
Yeah, that's
What are
the
we gonna do
idea.
with it?
What would you do with it?
Well,
Oh, I see.
It.
Yes.
first, they know we have it, and we're trying to be in good with the Mage's Arcane.
Yes, Master Fedok knows you have.
Second, we were paid ahead. This
Yeah,
is
but we were paid
very bad
beforehand.
decision. A child zapped us for more than almost all of our HP. I think I don't want to fight the adults.
We're not gonna fight them.
You got a lucky shot.
Oh, okay, you're right. We won't fight them. They'll cast 6,000 fireballs on us and we'll die. Without even seeing them. You're correct. How about we don't double cross the Mage's Arcane?
I kind of want the Mage's Arcane to be our buddies, but I'm not
It was
convinced
just
that
an
this.
idea.
I'm not convinced that I mean, would this be like a big betrayal to them?
Betrayal to one person, there's no reason to close the
Huge.
door.
Huge betrayal.
Okay.
Like, this is what maintains their wards to stop people scrying into their city. It's a fairly urgent quest, and he would be able to communicate telepathically to the person who you've been asked to deliver it to, who, by the way, is the head of the entire guild in Zerenia. I'm not saying don't betray them, but I'm saying it'll have its consequences.
Risky business. Yeah.
Yeah, very much so.
Well, I still want to get the Mage's Arcane on our side. They're kind of powerful allies. You know?
Right.
Wasn't our end goal to bring down the Mage's Arcane?
Bring down the Bastion.
Yeah, but you were asked to sort of lean on them politically, sort of doing something like this. It's not going to bring them down. Like, it's a scrying protection, right? It's not, you know.
Just make them angry.
Yeah. It's a decent idea, but I don't think now is the right time to do something big like that. I think later on down the line, when we have a bit more, you know, of a foundation of power, then we can begin double crossing the Mage's Arcane.
We can just steal it back once we give it to them, because our thieving's that good.
Even's that good.
Man, you didn't see my rules.
I feel like it would be difficult to steal something while it's in use.
I feel like this is a thing we don't even need to steal at all. Like,
There would
sounds like
certainly be
something
more
we can
important
get
wards
some-
that you could take down than the scrying one.
Also sounds like something we could just get without stealing from a different source.
To Zerenia. We don't have any more business here, right? Like in Carthon?
Basically.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah, just making sure that we don't have any more quests.
That's what I asked.
Before we teleport away, where is the donkey?
I believe one of you was carrying it in a pocket. It's only small.
Probably. I mean, who is the one who like weren't Strix? Weren't you like in charge of the donkey because your wisdom?
I think so, but last I remember we left him at a stable.
No,
No,
you
no.
decided not to because although you were evil to everybody else, you aren't evil to the donkey.
Alright, fair enough. So he's in my pocket the whole time. Must have been napping. Didn't even notice.
Okay.
All right, let's head over.
So, as you go down to Jatheris, she greets you and says, "Oh, good afternoon. Is there something I can do for you?" Jatheris has been pointed
Yeah.
out to you before. This is how you know who she is.
We have been put on multiple different missions from multiple different headmasters. Actually, it might just be 2. Still multiple, I think.
Yeah, multiple.
Yeah. Over to Zarenia, so we were wondering if you could help us achieve said missions by getting us over to Zarenia.
You wish to travel to Serenia? Well, of course, it's free
Yes,
for all members of the Magus Arcane and their friends.
Alright, I was wondering, what do you suggest we do if we wanted to theoretically return?
Walk.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go.
Transportation in and out of Serenia is impossible. I cannot teleport you directly in, however, I can teleport you to a place from where they will allow you entrance. However, teleporting back from there is not possible.
Okay.
You'll understand when you get there, child. It's quite an exciting journey the first time.
Why don't... So just teleporting out is the problem. Like, their borders aren't closed, right?
You can only get in Serenia with an invitation.
Ah,
Yeah,
do we need to get out with an invitation?
No, you can get
Okay,
out quite easily.
alright.
They're more than happy to
Right,
ditch you out the city gates. They're just not going to provide you any help with it.
Alright,
We
yeah.
have an invitation though, right?
Yes, you
So
do.
we're
Yes,
clear?
you do. You've been given an invitation. Not directly an invitation, but like as a member of the Magus Arcane, you are without invitation. However, if somebody who was not a member of the Magus Arcane, see Rosalind Sachs, Tylon, and Defender, you wouldn't really be that able to go outside of the Magus Arcane around the city without sort of being with one of the Magus Arcane members.
Ugh.
It's very strict.
Ugh. It's not-
Good thing
So,
we have us. We need a buddy system.
did you wish to travel now?
I'm gonna look back at the party.
Yeah.
Yeah? Everybody good?
We have all our shit. We're ready to go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Place your hand upon mine. And she puts her hands out and then gestures for you to all to take a little part of her hands.
I do, and I rub it gently.
Okay, she says, right, hold on to your stomachs.
Oh god.
And she says something in a language that you don't understand. And you feel like you're being sucked inwards. You're getting smaller. And then sort of you start spinning. You feel a bit queasy. And suddenly you're almost blinded by celestial light. As you look around you, all you see is what is effectively cloud. You appear to be on a cloud somewhere. And one elf, stunningly beautiful gentleman, very tall, long blonde hair, wearing a sort of almost a crown, looks over to you and says, "Greetings, you come from the Magus Arcane?
Yep.
Please state your
I'm
business
gonna-
in Zorenia."
I'm gonna hold back. Throwing up.
Please state your
multiple-
business in Zorenia.
Sent to deliver something to the headmaster of here for the Magus Arcane.
To Salmistra
And then to
herself?
deliver. Yeah.
Of course. Would you like? Are you happy to arrive in the Magus Arcane?
Yeah.
Okay. Just here. And he shows you what is a rope ladder leading off the cloud. He says, don't worry, you don't have to walk down. As you begin to descend, you will be teleported in.
What you're saying is I could jump down.
You could try. I'd suggest the rope ladder, personally.
Cannonball.
It's a little bit more, secure.
Alright, I guess I'll head down the rope ladder.
As
Me
you,
too, yeah.
as you go, he will hand... he says, are you all members of the Magus Arcane?
No.
Okay, who's in the Magus Arcane here?
Lusk is gonna raise his hand.
Strix?
Yeah.
Okay. He hands you two sort of... They look like small pieces of paper. but they're clearly written in magic, not in writing. And then he hands the two of you what appears to be a sort of sign, almost, with a neck chain, that says visitor, to Rosalind and to Tylon, and a third one to Defender. And then he gestures towards the rope ladder and says, welcome to our city. Enjoy your stay.
This feels very demeaning.
It's
Nice
meant to.
name badge.
So
Excuse me, sir. I'm kind of like a helper of Killian at this point. Do I have to be treated so shittily?
Bring it up with Phyllis. See how he responds.
I can.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, but I mean, what if I can do magic? Do I have to be part of the Mage's Arcane?
Yes.
I show that I.
If you were capable of magic and not part of the Mage's Arcane, you wouldn't be allowed into Zerenia at all.
Ooh, okay, then I'll keep that a secret.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, they wouldn't regard that as magic. They just regard it as minor abilities.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, we're talking like mages. Yeah. A wizard who was not part of the Mage's Arcane would not be allowed into Zerenia.
Okay.
Even if we came through the Mage's Arcane?
Indeed. They would be turned back at the door. So, as you descend the rope ladder, you find yourselves in a small chamber with one door as the exit. It is well lit and the walls are white, but that is all you see.
here we go through the door.
Okay, as you open the door, you are standing at the top of a balcony. At the top of a hill, sorry, on a balcony. And overlooking the city of Zerenia. And it is wondrous. Water flows everywhere. It grows within the trees. There are buildings of wondrous stature. They are elegant in their design and in their architecture. And there are beautiful people everywhere you look. Walking around. Everything is light. Everything is under what appears to be an eternal sunshine. And the place gleams with magic. And your balcony leads only one way. And that is into what appears to be a very tall, majestic structure, the very center of Zerenia.
Very nice.
As you're walking across, you run your hand along the rail of the balcony, and Losk. And you take 2 piercing damage as you catch your hand on something sharp.
I just tripped down the stairs.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I know we... Actually, this might be in my backstory. I don't remember if I wrote this down.
I'm just going to say something off stream, effectively. Is anybody on a time limit here?
Not major, but
I've got the choice between pulling it to an end in the next 5 minutes or so at the beginning of Zerenia, or you're about to embark on something a lot longer, which would take sort of 45 minutes. Do we want to call it there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think we'll call it there then. I'll just give you the next tiny little bit. So as you go across the balcony, you arrive in the Mage's Arcane. By the way, it is currently 9 p.m. at night anyway, so might be a good time. And they say, greetings, have you come on business?
Yes.
My name is Farala. And this is my sister Ferris. And she gestures to the lady next to her. She says, will you be needing rooms at the Mage's Arcane during your stay?
Yes.
Oh, well, allow me to show you to them. And as she gestures you down the hallway and round a few corridors and all over the place, eventually you get to a room where it is a room for 4, but... a room for 6, but there are curtains between each sort of segmented area, allowing each of you to have your own sort of private space. And we will leave it there with you taking a long rest in Zerenia.
Nice.
And we shall begin in the morning. So that brings the important business of the MVP of the session. I shall come first to Losk. Or Lavi.
Oh, shit. I would say... the whole, I guess, beginning half of the campaign, just like sneaking around.
Sneaky time. Okay. Argo?
Yeah, and
Sorry,
I
I didn't mean to
enjoyed
cut you off there.
bullying that kid. I won't lie.
You enjoyed bullying Kuldar. Brutal. Yep. Moon, Tylon?
bullying the poor kid.
Okay.
That was good.
And Rosalind?
I
Poor
really
kid.
liked Tylon throwing noisy stuff out the window instead of into the building.
That was my favorite moment. I definitely like that. Yeah, my MVP goes to that and to the sort of fact that we saw a lot of humanity in our evil characters today. Your sympathy, Tylon specifically's sympathy for Macintosh, and also a little bit of sort of heartfelt advice towards Killian. Losk's reaction when she discovers the amulet of the man's dead wife. All of your reactions to Kuldar being innocent and sort of a bit bullied, and it was, although you know you had fun bullying him, at the same time, like, it was kind of nice to see a little bit of the softer side, so I enjoyed that. Yeah, that was my favorite moments from today.
We're just trying to destroy the world.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I mean, rule the world. You kind of have to, you know, have some empathy if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, I mean, to be a good ruler. Okay.
Well, to be effective.
So we will end there. And thank you very much for being here. Guys, if you would like to say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
And are we raiding today? Yeah, sure. I'm going to do a quiet raid. This is Tyler Alexis Music. She's a friend of mine. She's been very supportive of the stream. She's got absolutely nothing to do with D&D whatsoever, but she's a friend. So we're going to go over there, but thanks for being here. And yeah. Oh, you've been given a short and a long rest by Ben just before the end. And good night to everybody. Thanks very much for being here. Ciao.